now. Free your mind.
Well, good morning. We have a lot to talk about. Certainly not the end of the world, Davey, but that loss last night was one that shouldn't have happened considering Josh Allen had a record-breaking performance.
And if this guy is not considered for the MVP, the fix is in.
Well, I think he's considered, so...
He's carried the team on his back half of the season.
He has, and I'm going to tell you, there were passes that should have been caught last night that were not, but for the most part, the offense did what it needed to do.
It's the defense that failed.
Not even the most part. I mean, they scored how many points? But yes, the defense this is the problem that the Bills need to fix over the course of the next few weeks, which I think they are. Micah Hyde has been brought into the practice squad.
The return of Matt Milano yesterday too. That should be a big difference too. So.
I think so as well. But I think at this point, you're not going to rush anybody back. They need to be ready because you're really playing for home field advantage right now.
Well, they might make a move this week, and they might put Micah Hyde on the active roster and bring him from the practice squad if they need him that bad.
I don't know. I wonder because he's got to put on some weight. Anyway, a tough loss for the Bills. Josh Allen looked incredible. And then the stinking Chiefs again, Andrew.
It's unbelievable. I can't stand them. They've been lucky all year. I mean, they're not a team that is blowing teams out or having commanding leads throughout the game. I mean, you got to hand it to them. They're finding ways to win.
They're finding ways to win,
but
and that
that's
seems
not
to
going to behoove them in the
Chiefs.
playoffs when there's you got, again, I'm not one of these guys like, oh, look at their schedule, but I guess in this instance I am. Strength of schedule is a factor here, and it's not really a strong one.
Well, this team, if they lost half of their close games, would not even be making the playoffs right now. Think about that. Every game has been tight. Anyway, they win over the weekend. Of course, Syracuse looking the way they did. They just could not hit free throws. And believe it or not, I don't know how long it goes back. There's got to be a record. No three-point shots. One that was, they made one three-pointer, but it was called back, and he had touched the line. So it was a two-point shot. And then, of course, the announcement of the Syracuse. Well, we'll get to that. Syracuse football bowl game will be on the 27th.
Yeah, 8:00 on Fox, the Holiday Bowl against Washington State.
That's a premier bowl game. And does it mean Will McCord? Will he play?
That's the big question.
Yeah, that'll be a huge shame if he doesn't.
He should.
He's saying it depends on and I think the fact that they got into a premier bowl game, I think he'll end up playing. And we'll find out, I'm assuming, in the next couple of days. Yeah. If not today, we may find out today.
Because today's the official day that the players can opt out if they got go into a bowl.
Okay, so we'll find out today.
You're right.
All right, okay. And then the Juan Soto story.
Yeah.
I am going to say congratulations to you. You did call it. You were right. I am, however, relieved.
I'm sure, and you have to find a way to spin it. You have to.
Of course.
You'd have been happy if you got him.
But I'm just asking, do you think he's better than Shohei Ohtani?
I don't think that's the question. That is not the question. But at this point, he is the premier player everybody was trying to get, and he had an amazing season. I mean, he has had amazing seasons. This past season, his numbers were incredible. And it is exactly what the Mets need. And it looks like there's a 5-year opt-out, but it looks like he is a franchise player that could change everything for the New York Mets. Now, they still have work to do. I feel like they still need a closer that they can really count on. And I think they're going to be running with a 6-man rotation. So they're still looking for 2 more starters. There's still a long ways to go for the Mets, but this is a big feather in Cohen's cap.
Yeah, I guess
a very expensive feather.
A very expensive and with
now
a lot of pressure.
What happens with Pete Alonso? So
they'll go to the Yankees.
There are questions there. Do they keep Pete Alonso? Davey's shaking his head. No, it's the exact look you gave me when I said Soto was coming to the Mets.
Right.
No way, it's not going to happen.
They got Clay Holmes.
They got Clay Holmes. Well, I know you can. Starter. I know you can laugh and snicker.
Oh boy!
But let's see what happens. This I think it's kind of like the Mets Babe Ruth moment. They really are looking at some massive performance out of this guy. The reality, though, is oftentimes when they make the big bucks, all of a sudden the switch goes off and they don't perform the way they used to perform.
Well, and that's the thing, too, is you're looking at paying somebody that kind of money, and I'm actually kind of upset to hear that because initially the Yankees, our numbers somewhere in the 6s, and that's what we would have gave him. I mean, yes, his numbers behind the plate or at the plate were very good, but I mean defensively he's just not that great of a player. And I wish you all the best. I'm gonna hope for the best for the Mets, but I'm just glad he's not a Yankee.
Well, I know
for that amount of money.
I know you
for
don't.
That amount of money.
You don't mean any of that, and but I appreciate it anyway. I want to bring you to Saturday night on Fox News Channel.
That's George Thorogood singing I Drink Alone, which he wrote after an offer to hang out with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Say, no thanks, I drink alone with nobody else. The ex-Prince of Bel-Air denied the never-ending divorce rumors about him and the Duchess of Difficult, as the two made separate appearances at public events this week. But if they did go their separate ways, who would you rather have a drink with? It is time for last call.
All right, so this is Fox News Saturday night.
Come on, man.
Live, as a matter of fact.
Let's talk about this. Well, first and foremost, we're having the drink tonight at Tivolo in Utica, New York. I ate there yesterday, and it was nothing short of a hazing ritual. They fed me everything on the menu twice, handed me a pair of Spanx on the way out the door. Tivolo, that's me with the crew. Worldcast. That's actually not the chef. That's the bouncer who asked me to leave. No more ziti fat, so you got a TV show. And we're bringing my girl, Patty, producer Jen.
All right, that is Jimmy Fallon shouting out Tivolo on North Genesee Street. Sal and the entire crew over there featured a photo of them. And Davey, you actually, I was speaking with Jimmy. He was asking for, now he was staying over in that area. So he was looking for a place for that could really wow him. He said, I want to eat. I'm not going to eat again. Probably not even till my show on Saturday night. So this is Friday morning. He's coming in. So he said, what do you think? Find me a place to eat. He's eaten at Babe's several times, and Stoney has taken care of him tremendously, and that was awesome, but he wanted something different.
Yeah, wanted something new.
And so I made a little phone call over to Sal Baruso, and I said, he's coming in. Do you think you can take him? And he said, we're opening in 5 minutes. Tell him to come in. We're going to take care of him. And Davey, Jimmy said, do you think Davey would be available if I called him to do lunch? And I said, if he isn't, he'll be tripping over himself to get there. Trust me.
He will cancel whatever he needs.
He will cancel any plans he may very well have, and he will be there. And I'm told you were.
Yes, I was.
And Davey and Jimmy sat down for the feast of a lifetime.
It was awesome.
Food was really good, I'm told.
Yeah, I've never had lunch there, but I've had dinner there numerous times, but the lunch, spectacular.
Yeah.
So you had the gauntlet, right? You had pretty much sampled a little everything on the menu.
Yeah, they brought out. Well, Jimmy and I ordered a sandwich, and first he ordered greens, and then they brought out another dish, and then all of a sudden we're sitting down. He says, "Hope you got room." They bring out a pizza. Boy, was the pizza awesome.
And then, I mean, you must have, he said
awesome.
You ate and ate and ate,
yeah.
and he finished everything. You took stuff home.
I did.
Yeah. Anyway,
he had to store everything for the long drive back home.
It was an awesome show on Friday night with Jimmy Fallon at the Rome Capitol Theater, and we have a review from Friday night. Cordelia was there.
Oh, she was. I didn't see her.
She had her notepad. She was ready, and she was reviewing the show on Friday night. Cordelia, good morning. How do you rate Jimmy Fallon at the Capitol Theater?
I rated a 99 plus.
A 99
awesome.
plus. Wow, that's incredible.
It was great to have an adult show. And the turnout was terrific. And as far as I'm considered, anything you have in the future, the Capitol will be the best place to have it.
Well, I have to say, everybody at the Capitol, they were wonderful. And yes. I had never been backstage in the dressing rooms. And it's not backstage, it's below stage.
Yeah, right.
You go down the stairs, and it is just spewing history. And I loved every bit of it, and I saw most of the show from backstage as we were just kind of I was in my glory, because you could just tell everybody was loving it. And when you put something on, and everybody loves it, it's like cooking an amazing meal.
Yeah.
And looking at everybody loving that meal.
That's a good way of looking at it.
It is a great feeling. And I got to tell you, Cordelia, leading off was Mike Connor, and he came by way of Los Angeles to New York City to here by way of New York Mills. His family is from here. He grew up here and is a comic out in L.A., he was tremendous. What did you think of Mike Connor?
He started out kind of bland, but boy, he really finished up really good.
It was funny because he had said to me,
people said that.
My wife, he said, my wife said, you gotta, the funniest part of your show, you got to talk about me, and you got to talk about a few. And he said, I started out doing that, and it was bombing. So he said, I just switched it up, and by the time it was done, he had everybody eating out of his hand. It was really funny. And and the other thing he did, Cordelia, as he talked about the tornado relief, he talked about Mayor Lanigan and Pacenti and Griffo, and he did his homework. He really he got people laughing. It was good.
I'm so happy that it was for the tornado relief.
Yes.
My house was hit. And so I got a roof on my house right now, so that's a starter.
Well, that's a great starter. And then, if I can, the next act, Karen Runtowski,
she's great.
Isn't she incredible?
Yeah, she is funny. She really is.
And her parents, out of nowhere, ended up moving here. Her sister had moved to, I believe, West Winfield, and then her parents followed. They became ill, so she had to come and help take care of her parents. That brings her in from Los Angeles, and she is a world-class comedian. She's been on Letterman, other shows. She does the dry bar, 2 dry bars, and I mean, she just knocked it out of the park as well. A great warm-up for Jimmy.
I've seen her before. Our Elks in Utica had a comedy night about 2 or 3 years ago, and she came in, and it was great. We couldn't wait to ask her to come back another day. And she's got the good stuff. But she'd even come out with the best stuff she has. She's good.
She had 15 minutes, I think, to do her show, and she's just so funny. And then Jimmy was incredible, just incredible.
And then the gentleman who calls in periodically from the audience, he asked, if anybody met the president or anything like that. And I met the president when he came with Claudia Tenney to the Griffith.
Yes.
And I got to talk to him, and I got to shake hands with him. And he's got a huge hand. To this day, I kind of feel the pressure I had in that hand.
I'll bet. So
he hasn't washed it since.
It had a resounding effect on you. There's no doubt. All right, Cordelia, we appreciate it. I'm glad you were there, and you got to enjoy just a tremendous show.
And best part, I got to see all four of you together.
Well, we had a blast. It was a great time. So.
And Megan's doing a good job.
She is as well. There's no doubt about it. And
I met her a little while back when she first started.
I'm hoping Lance and Lee was there just to get a live glimpse of her. It would have
made his day.
All right, Cordelia. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Mike and Skyler, quickly. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Did I get him? Or oh, there you are.
Yeah. Oh, can you hear me? Good morning.
Gotcha.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I'm just glad that it's official, so I don't have to see in the stupid news all the time. So he's going here, he's going here, he's going here.
It's the Soto thing.
That was driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Two, I don't know. I had a feeling in the back of my head he wasn't going to go to the Yankees. I had a feeling he was going to go somewhere else. And same way Andrew feels. Congratulations to Bill. Congratulations!
Listen,
I know you're happy.
I can only hope that it is going to be as big as Cohen feels it's going to be. I hope it's wonderful.
But the other part of me is sort of, I was saying to myself too. Well, I'd like to see the Mets win the World Series in 2041 after the 15 years is up, so they could see it was a waste of money. I would have felt that way no matter where he went.
Yeah, I know. Well, listen, he stays in New York. There you go.
Mike, I said to Smitty off the air, I said,
yeah,
Davey, I bet you the Yankees will win the World Series before the Mets do.
Yeah.
It may not be for it may not be for 15 years, but that's kind of still my thought.
Well, listen.
My girlfriend was saying too this morning too. Maybe he left because he wasn't happy with the management.
I think that's a factor of it. I really do, because if you remember, Judge, and I saw this in my feed this morning. Judge, if you remember, turned down a little bit more money from the Padres to stay with the Yankees. But as Davey said, it's Aaron Judge's team, and we just got to move on.
Well, and I do kind of. I mean, he goes to the Mets. Certainly if Alonso, no matter whatever happens with Alonso, but he is the guy for the New York Mets. But he really was for the Yankees too. I know Aaron Judge was, but you wonder, the deals were pretty comparable.
Yeah,
and you wonder deep down, he didn't want to say anything, but I wonder what was in his head. I kind of wonder, because
you still have to play that.
I thought the deal was good enough to stay with the Yankees.
He's going to still have to play the Dodgers, and that's going to be the true test. So
the last thing I hope to see is maybe they can get Cashman and Boone to go somewhere else for 15 years, so we don't have to deal with them and get a new manager. That's another thing I'd like to see. Well,
yeah.
All right, Michael. Interesting stuff. So we have to take a. Do I have something on that? Do I have any paperwork on that?
I have
the
topic on the sheet.
All right, I got it. I'll go with it. All right, Mike. Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Take care and have a good day.
Have a great day. All right, I want to go to Jonathan Savage from Fox News Radio. Of course, if you saw this over the weekend, huge news, as the rebels have overthrown the Assad regime in Syria, and this is enormous, and this could be very, very dangerous. Jonathan Savage, good morning. What do we know here, starting off the week?
Yeah, a 50-year father and son dynasty ruling over Syria with an iron fist has come to an end. The rebel groups in Syria, led by a jihadist organization called Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, or HTS, have been rolling through the country over the last week or so. The Syrian army has capitulated in front of them, and over the weekend they arrived at the capital, Damascus. Bashar al-Assad, the autocrat, saw the writing on the wall. He has fled with his family to Russia. As I say, between him and his father, they ruled Syria for over 50 years. They were repressive. They were supported by Russia and Iran in brutally suppressing uprising in a civil war that started in 2011. And now Syria and the whole region faces a great deal of uncertainty.
I would say that the way to read this is, if you're Vladimir Putin right now and Russia, it is incredibly telling about the effects the war with Ukraine has had on Russia. This really speaks a lot to Russia.
Yeah, Russian air power was what really made a significant difference for the Syrian regime in suppressing rebellion in the civil war and allowing Assad to stay in power as long as he had. But now, with this uprising, the Russians were barely able to assist at all. They've of course got their hands full, and this is being seen by some as a blow to Russian prestige that they weren't able to do so. Vladimir Putin has personally granted asylum to Assad and his family. Of course, Iran, also a supporter of Assad, they may see this as a blow to them as well. That was a key way of extending their influence throughout the region. They've lost a key ally now. So this is certainly a time of great change.
Both Biden and Trump piping in on this. Of course, Biden talking about the weakness of Russia, what it says about Zelensky and Ukraine and that war. Trump on Truth Social over the weekend sending a somewhat of a cryptic message to Vladimir Putin that it's time to end the war with Ukraine and that the writing is on the wall. Where does all of this go? I do not see Putin as someone who is going to acknowledge weakness by any means.
No. If this is a blow to Vladimir Putin, he may not want to be seen to suffer another blow anytime soon. Right. He may just want to wash his hands of this situation and say that this is not and has never been anything to do with him. But he does have Russian military facilities in Syria. They have bases there. And what the Kremlin is saying now is that their number one concern is ensuring the security of their military bases, saying that they will deal harshly with anyone who tries to target them. So they do have a stake in this. They do have a significant stake in this situation.
And then finally, the danger here is where does Syria go from here? That is really the great unknown at this point.
There are multiple rebel groups in Syria who have been and are fighting for influence and control. This organization, HTS, is classed as a terror group by the US and the UK. Its leader, Ahmed al-Shara, he has sort of changed his tune in recent times. He has softened his rhetoric. He has said that they promised representative government. They promised religious tolerance. They say they're not going to tell women how to dress. But the Taliban made these sorts of comments when they took power in Afghanistan again in 2021. So I think that this is seen as, in the words of President Biden, a moment of risk and uncertainty.
Jonathan Savage, as always, thank you for the time. We appreciate your insight.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day. We'll break. By the way, Ann in Rome saying, my friends are still talking about the show. They enjoyed the entire show. It was a great time. And because we were in Rome, I got to say, there she is, Anne from here.
Anne from here.
As opposed to Anne from Rome. It just seemed odd to say Anne from Rome when in Rome, right? Just didn't seem right. Quick break. We'll come right back.
Steel holiday savings are here. Make room under the tree for gifts at the top of their wish list. Right now, power up the holidays with great deals on long-lasting tools. Find the perfect gift at your local Steel dealer or shop the Steel Holiday Gift Guide at steelusa.com.
Need a new bed and need cash for the holidays? It's Christmas on Kevin at Mattress Express. You heard me right. No credit check payment plans available in 5 years to pay with no money down as well for qualified buyers. Check out these deals. A Sealy Queen mattress, $999, get a $400 prepaid Visa card back. A Queen Flex Head mattress and adjustable base, $24.99, get an $800 prepaid Visa card back. Sealy Queen mattress with adjustable base, $19.99, get an $800 prepaid Visa card back. Yes, it goes on. The Smart Bed by Instant Comfort. Make it soft and firm on each side. A Queen mattress for $34.99. Get a $1,000 prepaid Visa card. No credit check payment plans. Also 5 years to pay with no money down. Tempur-Pedic King and Queen sets a $200 prepaid Visa card. The beds you need and the cash back for the holidays. Check out our new store in Auburn in the Tractor Supply Plaza.
Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded.
Everyone's talking about the breakthrough of weight loss drugs, but too few can access or afford them. Hers is changing that. At forhers.com/radio, you can access doctor-trusted weight loss treatments tailored to you, like GLP-1 weekly injections with the same active ingredients as Ozempic and Wegovy, or oral medications at a fraction of the price. That's right. You'll save up to 89% per month on compounded semaglutide based on pricing through Hers. The same active ingredient as the name brand drug at 89% less. There's no hidden fees and no membership fees. Just one low, transparent price. And the process is 100% online. If prescribed, your personalized plan ships free directly to your door. Get started at forhers.com/radio to access affordable doctor-trusted weight loss plans that put you first. That's forhers.com/radio. FORHERS.com/radio.
Hello, Utica. This is Carrie Paleo from the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. We're thrilled to introduce some of the newest members of our business network. Let's give them a true Utica welcome and show what it means to be part of this incredible community.
Manja Macrina, 470 French Road, Utica. T3 Building and Restoration. T3BuildingLLC.com.
By supporting the local economy, we'll keep building the future of Utica together. Greater Utica Chamber, empowering upstate New York.
Why wait for January to start your health journey? The time to take action is now. Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Fit Body Bootcamp. Whether you're looking to get stronger, feel better, or just start living your best life, me and my team of coaches are here to help. Right now, you can jumpstart your fitness goals by joining our Fit for the Holidays 28-day promotion for only $57. Or come on in and join us for 3 free sessions. Don't wait for the new year. Start your health journey now. Just give us a call and live your best life at Fit Body Bootcamp, located in Whitesboro and Clinton.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Estella's Pharma.
Welcome to the Potting Shed Antiques, the local business with the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Antiques make thoughtful gifts. Don Hartman invites you to shop local and save with 50% off the entire store, except for coins and gold jewelry. Gold jewelry is now 20% off. Stop in every Thursday through Saturday, starting Black Friday through Christmas Eve. Make holiday memories with Don and his staff at the Potting Shed Antiques, Oriskany Boulevard, Whitesboro, or online at thepottingshedantiques.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, couple comments. Mike says, so the joke SNL did over the weekend about Soto going to the Mets turned out to be true. It did. Yeah. Wayne says, Soto gives the Mets what they are missing. What else do I have?
What Wayne was that? Not our Wayne.
Yeah.
He's telling me something different.
I'm just saying. I think he's being sarcastic. He is being sarcastic. He's saying it gives the Mets the one thing they were missing. Yes, you can never have enough pitching. That is funny. And to me, yeah. Ohtani is. I wonder if he'll be back pitching this year.
Listen, here's the thing.
But even without his pitching, he was still a tremendous factor for the Dodgers.
Correct. Yeah. And his deal was what, $700 million?
Yeah, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can say, well, that means that Soto must be better.
He's making more money.
Well, because it's the next deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the records. You look at all these records, so-and-so had a record for the longest long jump. And then 3 years later, somebody beats it. You don't celebrate
that person
the fact
would be
that
better.
You don't celebrate
They had a bigger record.
A better example. Let me give you a different example. A different example would be golf. Records in golf. It's hard to compare the records of yesterday to the records of today in golf because the equipment is so much better.
Okay, there you go.
That's better. Is that a better one?
It's better. Yeah.
Not bad. It's best. It's better. How about this is
here's the thing.
I just don't think that that has anything to do with who is more valuable.
I mean, it just does more detriment to the game of baseball.
Probably who's more valuable to. I mean, when you have somebody driving the price up, like Cohen, that's what ends up happening.
Yeah, and I think it's a detriment to the game of baseball. I think it's the only major sport that doesn't have the salary cap. And it's been listen, and the Yankees have bought a lot of players, the Dodgers as well. Now the Mets are throwing their hat in the ring as the throwing money at a team.
Can you buy a World Series championship? And I believe the Dodgers did.
Yes, they did.
Okay. Yeah. This story is crazy. Parents in Texas are angry after being told by the school that their kids were punished. And the punishment was taking away their bathroom privileges. All right, that's crazy.
So
of all the things you shouldn't be doing,
they told them they couldn't use the restroom at their own home?
At school, of course.
Oh, at school.
Not at home.
Yeah.
Well, how would they do it at home?
Well,
when you go home, you can't use the bathroom.
I missed the first part. Sorry.
Okay. It's saying parents in Texas are angry after the school told their kids that they were being punished, and the punishment was taking away their bathroom privileges. So while in school, the school's like, sorry, you can't use the bathroom. That's your punishment.
You got to hold it.
So now you got all these kids wetting themselves.
What a bunch of idiots.
That's just a stupid punishment. And I'm sure it's probably because the kids were fooling around in the bathroom. Well, solve that problem.
Yeah.
Don't take away their privileges. Anyway, here's one of the kids and the mom of the kid talking about what went down. Here we go.
I took it away from us, and my friends need to go potty really bad. Some people were crying to death to go to the bathroom.
So initially we were told 2. After we, as parents, got into a group and started talking more, it has come down to there's about 6 who actually soiled themselves and had accidents.
Oh boy. Surprise. I don't think you should be surprised. Should you be surprised?
Not at all.
Kids are wetting themselves. And this story is crazy. A Florida woman was caught allegedly trying to take a toddler out of somebody's backyard. The body camera footage of police dealing with the woman, along with an officer explaining the situation. She claims that she grabbed the toddler to save the toddler.
Right.
Crazy, I'm afraid.
Yeah, cuckoo.
Here is this is in Florida, of course. Here we go.
He was outside. He was naked. He was naked with his shirt and his everything was naked. And I asked for the people around to call police, and nobody would call police.
Everything that she said didn't make sense as to there was no reason for her to take this child. She doesn't know the child, has no relationship with the family whatsoever. So it was just not something that we would normally see or that of a normal individual.
I love that. Just not something we've seen of a normal
individual. Yeah, crazy as a hoot owl. Here's an update on the ruby slippers from the Wizard of Oz that were recently on the auction block. They sold on Saturday for $28 million.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this is just ruining movies. This is a detriment to all movies. The fact that they would pay for the shoes in a movie.
Yep.
$28 million.
Ruins it.
Yeah, made by Domenico Soto. They were designed.
Is that right?
I think it's true. Anyway, can you believe that? Who would? I mean, it's an
People
awesome.
love that stuff.
If you have the money, it doesn't matter.
Juan Soto could buy the slippers.
It doesn't matter if you have the money. Here's a famous scene from the 1939 movie. Here we go.
Who killed the Witch of the East?
Was it you?
No, it was an accident.
Well, my little pretty, I can cause accidents too. Aren't you forgetting the ruby slippers? The ruby slippers? What have you done with them? Give them back to me or I'll... It's too late. There they are, and there they'll stay. Give me back my slippers. I'm the only one that knows how to use them. They're no use to you. Give them back. Keep tight inside.
That movie, by the way, was the budget was $2.7 million for that movie. And these shoes just sold for $28 million. Obviously, different times. Here's the other part of this that makes this really unbelievable. There are 4 pairs of ruby slippers.
Wait, so there's 3 others?
There are 3 others.
Were used in the movie?
There are 3 others.
Oh, boy.
They say that Judy Garland on the inside rim, each of them do. The slippers were stolen by ex-mobster Terry John Martin from the Judy Garland Museum in 2005 as he was looking to make what he called one last score, and these are the ones that just sold. It kind of makes them a little more notorious than the other 3 pairs.
Yeah, because they have the mob angle.
Good thing. Okay, I got a break. We have a lot to get to. Farmer Ben Simons, Schumer in town. We'll talk about it coming up.
Oh, you've seen these before. Would you rather have a kayak or peace on earth? Next one. Would you rather set and forget your 401k investment or build a long-term retirement portfolio? Lee Baldwin and Company can't help you with a kayak, but they can help you find out why proper investment allocation is more of an art than science. Lee Baldwin and Company. Find your investment answers at investtoday.com. Member FINRA SIPC.
When you don't have enough to eat, all you think about is food. That makes it hard to give your best.
Nearly impossible to feel your best.
And it makes tough decisions even tougher.
At Food Bank of Central New York, all we think about is food too, and how to get it to the people who need it most. Think you can help? Give today at foodbankcny.com.
From the Stanley Theater Studios, WIBX Utica, Rome. W295EI. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
He fled to Russia. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Syria's longtime leader, his regime, over.
In just the last several days, the rebel group called HST has taken over a swath of Syria, ending Sunday in the collapse of the capital of Damascus, the toppling of Syrian president and dictator Bashar al-Assad. The Assad family had ruled the country for over 50 years, the last 13 years during a brutal civil war. Hundreds of thousands were killed, injured, imprisoned, and displaced.
That's Fox's Greg Palcott. President Biden says
it's a moment of historic opportunity for the long-suffering people of Syria.
Republican Senator Tom Cotton agrees. He just told Fox.
Anything like this rebellion that diminishes Russian and Iranian influence and power in the Middle East is good for the United States. It's good for Israel.
But Israel went on the attack inside Syria with airstrikes targeting suspected chemical weapons sites and long-range rocket storage after the U.S. hit ISIS targets inside Syria, going after militant camps amid American and Israeli concern that ISIS and other terrorists could flourish in Syria's power vacuum. President-elect Trump keeps planning to boost border security and deport immigrants who came here in record numbers illegally.
If somebody sets just a foot, 1 foot, you don't need 2, on our land, congratulations, you are now a citizen of the United States of America. Yes, we're going to end that because it's ridiculous.
Trump also tells NBC's Meet the Press he wants to get rid of something in the Constitution that allows children born here to illegal immigrants, parents, to be American citizens. A baseball free agent has hit it out of the park with a record deal that'll keep Juan Soto in New York, but
no longer in the Bronx for the Yankees, rather in Queens for the New York Mets. Juan Soto agreed to sign the richest contract in major professional sports history. The 26-year-old four-time All-Star will sign a 15-year contract with the Mets, worth a reported $765 million.
That's Fox's Jared Max. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or Avastin-Captid Pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
It's the 6th day for the manhunt for the masked gunman who murdered United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a Manhattan hotel. Now, that man's been seen in numerous surveillance videos, and police have collected other evidence, but it's also believed he might have left New York on a bus the same way he came to the city. Also in New York, still no verdict in a high-profile trial.
The jury hearing the trial of Marine veteran Daniel Penny will weigh a lesser charge after it couldn't reach a unanimous verdict on a more serious charge last week. On Friday, Judge Maxwell Wiley agreed to dismiss the top count of manslaughter and told jurors they'd start considering the lesser charge of criminally negligent homicide, which carries a lighter punishment. Penny, who is white, placed Jordan Neely, who is black, in a chokehold for about 6 minutes in May of 2023 after Neely acted erratically on a subway car. Penny says he was protecting other passengers, while prosecutors say he went too far in responding to Neely, who was unarmed. In New York City, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed. Up a bit for the Dow, down modestly for the NASDAQ, which closed last week at a record high. We mentioned Juan Soto, free agent baseball news, his signing with the Mets. Another baseball note, Dave Parker and Dick Allen will go into the Hall of Fame, chosen by a committee that decides on players from decades ago. In the NFL, Sunday Night Football came down to a last-second kick. Kansas City beat the LA Chargers 19-17 on NBC to clinch the AFC West Division title. Tampa Bay won. Atlanta lost, giving the Buccaneers the lead now in the NFC South. The Philadelphia Eagles won their 9th straight game, beating Carolina. The LA Rams snapped the Bills' 7-game win streak, beating Buffalo 44-42. In the loss, Bills quarterback Josh Allen set an NFL record with 3 touchdown passes and 3 rushing TDs. In college football, the 12-team playoff set, Clemson got the final spot. The top seeds to get buys: Oregon, Georgia, Boise State, Arizona State. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time, 7:05. I'm Andrew Derminio. 33 degrees under cloudy skies. Your full weather forecast is coming up. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Oriskany Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. One person was injured in a 2-car accident Saturday afternoon in Marcy. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office says 76-year-old Barbara Perkins of Oriskany was driving west on Main Street when she failed to stop at a stop sign and was struck by a pickup truck driven by 32-year-old Kevin Owen. Perkins was taken to Wynn Hospital with minor injuries and issued a ticket for failing to stop at a stop sign. 4 people are displaced following a fire at a multi-family home in Oswego. The blaze happened Saturday morning on East 5th Street, and first responders arrived to find flames soaring from above the roof. A power line ended up going down in front of the residence, which made getting the fire under control a bit more difficult. No one was injured, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. Central New York motorists are seeing slightly lower prices when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel is now $3.09. That's down a penny in the past week and is also 4 cents less than this time 1 month ago. Currently, the state average is sitting at $3.15, while nationally it's $3.03. The last time the national average was below $3 was back in May of 2021. Utica police arrested 2 individuals on weapons and drug charges. On December 5th, the Utica Police Department Special Investigations Unit, along with the Gun-Involved Violence Elimination Unit, executed search warrants relative to the ongoing sale and distribution of narcotics. At approximately 12:30 p.m., the detail attempted to conduct a vehicle stop of the target of the search warrant when that operator fled and led officers on a pursuit. During his flight, 60-year-old Tracy Harris struck a utility pole and exited the vehicle and fled on foot. He was apprehended a short distance away. While executing a search warrant on his person, a large quantity of narcotics was located. The officers then went to 623 Blandina Street and conducted a search of the premises there. While there, they encountered a female during the course of the search, and additional felony-level narcotics were located, as well as a loaded 9mm handgun. At the conclusion of the investigation, 50 grams of cocaine were located, as well as methamphetamine and fentanyl. Along with Harris, 39-year-old Stacy Gannon was arrested of Utica. They're facing multiple charges of criminal possession of drugs and weapons. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 7:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Adirondack Home Furniture.
Snow lovers dreaded word rain, and that rain will start to roll in from west to east as clouds thicken up today, probably this afternoon after lunchtime, but a chilly 40 degrees. Overnight tonight, a few showers around, and we'll drop back to about the mid-30s. So in the North Country, maybe some snow. A few showers around tomorrow with a high in the upper 40s. More rain Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stitchett from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
34 degrees under cloudy skies. It's 7:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW Nika 43 local contractors. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs capped off another Sunday of NFL action with a last-second 19-17 victory over Justin Herbert and the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. A field goal that almost dinked out, but dinked in. Mahomes passed for 210 yards and a touchdown to help the Chiefs clinch their 9th straight AFC West crown. The Mets have landed the top free agent in the majors. According to ESPN, star outfielder Juan Soto has agreed to a record 15-year, $765 million contract to join the New York Mets. The deal is the largest in pro sports history, includes no deferred money, and has escalators that can reach above $800 million. The decision to join the Mets comes after Soto rejected a one-year, $21.05 million qualifying offer from the Yankees. In other sports news, the Syracuse basketball team, well, they continue to just be really bad. They lost to Notre Dame on Saturday, not scoring or even shooting one free throw. They had one that was called back as a 2-point shot as the foot was on the line. The Syracuse University football team, however, will be heading west to take part in an upcoming bowl game. The Orange are set to battle the Washington State Cougars in the Holiday Bowl in San Diego, California, on December 27th. Syracuse finished up the regular season with a victory over the Miami Hurricanes and is making its third consecutive bowl game appearance. Information on tickets can be found online. Back to the NFL for a moment. The 7-game winning streak of the Buffalo Bills is over after the squad suffers a defeat on the road. Bills quarterback Josh Allen threw 3 touchdown passes and rushed for 3 more as his team fell to Los Angeles 44-42 at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California yesterday. With a loss, the AFC East champion Bills had their record this season dropped to 10 wins and 3 losses. Buffalo's next game is Sunday against the Detroit Lions. Want to say congratulations to the Frankfurt Schuyler 8-man football team as they have won the state final. The Maroon Knights 8-man football team defeated Moravia, and they were playing that game from the JMA Wireless Dome. They battered them by a score of 70-28 for the program's first state championship. Unfortunately, the Whitesboro Warriors lost in their state championship on Friday, and we want to say congratulations to both teams on a great season, but especially Frankfurt Schuyler for their commanding victory. Also, Teddy Bear Toss over the weekend was a huge success, other than the fact that the Pioneers lost the game 5-2. They have a win
first. They scored in the first 2 minutes, as a matter of fact. And the number of teddy bears we'll find out later in the week from Scott Hayes and Jill Hayes over there. But what a great night! They won Friday night against Geneseo.
Yep.
And they wanted a shootout. It ended in a tie. They wanted a shootout. And then in the game on Saturday, they got out in front, but ended up only scoring 2 runs, losing 5-2.
And one of the only home games, the one of 2 for the Utica Comets on Friday night, saw them lose to the Providence Bruins by a score of 3-2.
I want to tell you, I don't know if you have any experience with this at all, but it's still bothering me. Last night I made dinner and we had burgers. And I decided that I wanted to add some hot pepper to the burgers.
Very good choice.
And I had gotten from my father this very decorative bushel of red, I don't know, chili peppers, hot chilies, or ghost peppers, or whatever they are. And we've hung them in the kitchen, and they've dried out to the point now where you pick one very easily, and if you give it a twist, you can take it with your fingers and just
turn it into like essentially
you almost
powder.
turned into a powder or a crushed hot pepper.
Ooh, okay.
And so I did that and went on and we had the burger and everything was really good until at some point I touched my fingers to my face.
Oh boy.
And I had no clue. Now I'm like, what's going on? Now it's spreading. And both eyes. It got into both eyes. It was terrible. It was awful. So now I cannot get this. I did lemon juice. I was reading that you can do lemon juice. That doesn't work.
You squirted lemon juice in your eye.
No, I put lemon juice on my hands and washed like you would with soap. And then I washed with soap. That didn't do it. And still this morning, if I get near my eyes, I begin to burn again. My fingers still have this ghost pepper remnant
dust
all over my hands, and I have scrubbed my hands. I cannot get it off.
Wow, that's crazy.
Here, let me touch your eye, Andrew.
That's all right.
Okay.
But that reminds me.
Pain, and then it's one of those that's like, okay, well, that's not too bad. Okay, it's getting worse. Oh no, it's getting. Now my eyes can't open. You're completely
blind. I'm blind.
It was awful.
So that reminds me of you talk about burgers and peppers. Last time we were in Florida, I had a burger at a restaurant unlike anything I'd ever had before. It was a jalapeno.
In a good way?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't think I would like it, but I had to try it. I saw it on the menu. I just had to try it. It was a cheeseburger with jalapenos and peanut butter.
Huh?
Yeah. Peanut butter jalapeno burger with bacon and cheddar. And oh my God, it was delicious.
And it.
So how it was layered.
The bacon had to play a role in that too.
The bacon did.
Big role.
So everything.
Because I've heard people say bacon and peanut butter.
Yeah, bacon, cheese, jalapeno, bacon, and then on the bottom bun, in between the burger and the bottom bun, was the peanut butter. It was. I mean, it was surprisingly shocking.
It wasn't a lot of peanut butter.
No, just a nice little thin layer of peanut butter on the bottom, and it was A-okay.
Well, the Asians will use like peanut.
True, with the spice.
Like a peanut butter type spice.
I like that.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
but I didn't touch my eyes.
Did you touch your eyes?
I did not.
I think you'd have been okay. You probably would have been okay. These peppers.
You're still watery today.
Oh my God, they are potent peppers. Holy crap! And beautiful.
Beautiful
Like
pepper.
The green vine and the bright red peppers.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord, the red means stop, don't go. That's what it means. All right, coming up, much more to get to. We'll do Habaika's free money question of the day, and today's free money question, Davey, is worth what amount of money?
$100.
He sounds like Mr. Snuffleupagus.
He's listen, man. You're still going to be okay.
$100.
The bills will be fine, and we don't want Juan Soto anyway. So just cheer up, buddy. It's going to be okay.
Would it make you feel more?
I'm not sad about Juan Soto.
Would you be more happy if it was 150?
Sure.
All right. Would that make you
add a little mojo
to your?
I got no mojo today.
You don't.
I got nothing.
Could you? What did you say?
I got no mojo today.
I needed that isolated. I might use that in the song.
I got no mojo.
I got no mojo today.
I don't. I have no mojo today.
Okay. What is it? You were so looking forward to Jimmy coming up, and then it finally happened?
And now it's gone. He's gone.
It's just one of them mornings I didn't want to roll out of bed today.
You did.
I know. I got that right. You got that
You
right.
did. Yeah.
And I didn't sleep very well last night. I went to sleep early, and I just laid there and tossed and turned. And
Okay.
one of them nights.
All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this concludes How's Davey Feeling? The brand new segment on the radio program brought to you by the Hobica Law Firm.
Nobody cares how I feel.
Apparently.
That's not true. Come on.
He's in that mood today. All right. $150 then is the Hobica free money question of the day. We'll do that coming up in a few minutes. Stand by at WIBX.
Black Friday is on at Mattress Express. Take 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. Save up to $1,000 on select Purple sets, $500 on Tempur-Pedic, $400 on Sealy, and $1,350 on Puffy. Shop nowhere else.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire expert. Take $100 off instantly on any 4 installed Bridgestone or Firestone tire, including popular winter tires like the Firestone Winter Force and the Bridgestone Blizzak. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today online at tallmanstire.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices, guaranteed. Offer expires December 15th.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When they say free, they really mean check the fine print. They say free iPhone, but only if you trade in your $1,000 phone, pay $100 a month for unlimited data, and also a $35 activation fee. Now, Pure Talk, they have a better option. You'll get a brand new iPhone 14 with unlimited talk, text, 15 gigabytes of data, mobile hotspot for just $50 a month. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword save now. You'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Pure Talk.
Hello, Utica. This is Carrie Paleo from the Greater Utica Chamber of Commerce. We're thrilled to introduce some of the newest members of our business network. Let's give them a true Utica welcome and show what it means to be part of this incredible community.
Manja Macrina, 470 French Road, Utica. T3 Building and Restoration. T3BuildingLLC.com.
By supporting the local economy, we'll keep building the future of Utica together. Greater Utica Chamber, empowering upstate New York.
For eligible individuals 18 and older with self-perceived mild to moderate hearing loss only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
Life without hearing aids can be frustrating.
Andy, did you hear what she just said?
No, I'm sorry. What did I miss?
I said I got the promotion, Dad. I thought you would be excited.
You're missing out on the important moments of your life because you just can't hear them. It's time to try the Jabra Enhanced Select 500, our smallest, most advanced hearing aid. With proprietary speech clarity technology, even the most complex listening situations like a noisy restaurant are crisp and clear. And you can get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional care you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. Get Jabra Enhance over-the-counter hearing aids and stop missing the important moments. Save $300 on Enhance Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to JabraEnhance.com/radio. That's JABRA Enhance.com/radio. JabraEnhance.com/radio.
This is Keeler in the Morning. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
One thing we have not talked about in regards to the Bills game is that, yes, the defense did not stop them, but the Bills had a chance, and I don't know that first of all, Tom Brady was gushing over Josh Allen last night. He was loving Josh Allen. But he was absolutely correct in the end when he said, now this has got to be handled very carefully. So the Bills are down on the half-yard line, and he said, you got to throw. You're running it because you got to throw the ball. Because if they score here, you don't want to do an onside kick. If the Bills have all their timeouts, they'll be able to leave time for Josh Allen to make a run. And what did they? And apparently, the offensive coordinator called for a pass, and McDermott overruled it. And they decided to. He said, "I went with the quarterback sneak because it's worked for us all game long," which is a fair.
They were expecting that,
but they were expecting it, and so the first time they stopped Josh Allen. And the second time he scores, but they had to use that timeout, which meant they needed an onside kick, and that didn't work out. And I think I got to tell you, I think Tom Brady was right.
He was.
A lot of criticism on that decision to run the ball instead of pass.
Listen, ultimately, I saw a lot of Bills fans on social media basically saying our season's over, the defense is terrible. This is all. I mean, give me a break. I mean, you're 10-3. You scored 42 points. You get the best quarterback in the league.
And let's not. We always forget. You always forget your opponent gave up 42 points. Also, let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Right. So it just was one of those games where
the Rams needed that win more than the Bills needed to win that game.
And you're on their home turf. That played a role. But it was that you needed to be perfect in that last decision to run and not throw. Ruined it. That's just, that's what I say. I thought Josh Allen was really good, too, at the end. He's like, there was no, hey, the defense struggled. There was none of that. There was, you know what, I just got to do a better job in connecting passes. I got to do a better job of putting the ball there for my receivers. He is a class act. I really, I don't know if you can tell, I really, really like him. Davey, how are you feeling now? How's your mojo now? Are you feeling a little bit better?
A little bit better.
A little.
I wanted to ask you.
What do you think is bothering you though today?
Yeah. What changed?
I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
There ain't nothing wrong in my. There's no personal stuff going on.
No. It's just something.
Just a Monday and it's
just
cold and dreary and.
All right.
I wanted to ask you a question.
Hold on. I got to conclude the segment.
Okay.
This is our... and now, ladies and gentlemen, the mental health update brought to you by United Healthcare. Too early?
Too soon.
Oh, boy. Sorry. What do you want to ask there, Davey?
You know when you were talking about...
Let me tell you something. I don't mean to interrupt. Actually, I do. How dare you imply that it was too early? Every commercial I saw...
was United Healthcare?
Over the weekend was United Healthcare. Last week, I would have pulled their commercials, but they have not. It's almost like they doubled down. It was the day of and the day after the assassination, which is what I think we can fairly call it right now. United Healthcare commercials everywhere.
Yeah, and all this, and let me just add something.
I would have pulled those commercials, but they haven't.
I just want to add this.
Running them.
I just want to add this. Everybody was so confident. We've got our man. We've got our person. You don't have the man. You don't have the person. He's gone. He's in the wind. Good luck.
I don't think the photos that we have are accurate, to be honest with you.
I think it was a professional hit.
Jimmy Fallon had a brilliant idea, a brilliant concept that he actually was made up and allowed those shots to be taken of him.
Yep.
Shots, I'm talking about pictures. He knows where he's at. He knows he's in New York City. There's a camera everywhere in New York City. He knows that. So he's just going to, out of nowhere, become sloppy. He wasn't sloppy anywhere else prior to that.
Nope. Very calculated.
I think he was very calculated, and I do believe that the photos we think we have are not real.
And or after the assassination, he got a car or well, it wouldn't be any kind of aircraft because, obviously air traffic control would be able to track that kind of stuff. But I think he's gone and in another country and gone. Bye.
Well, does air traffic control catch someone?
A helicopter, they would
Listen to me. Does air traffic control catch someone if they don't know what they look like or who they are?
Well, that's true, too.
I mean, he could slip on an airplane very easily.
Yep.
Does he need to? Maybe he's living right there in New York City. Maybe he lives in New Jersey.
All the millions of people,
going to work every day. Maybe he works at United Healthcare. I mean, there's just so much here. All right, Davey, you have a question. Go ahead.
When you were talking about the peppers getting into your eyes, what was your wife's reaction?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Do you know the first clue?
She put her fingers in the pepper and
the first clue. I want to. You think she said to me, "Here, honey, I want to see, experience how you're hurting."
No,
let me do it to myself. No. Do you know what the problem was? The first clue should have been while I was cooking the hamburgers, we were both coughing. Like, I got this cough in my throat. What is going on here?
Yep.
Took me a little bit to realize it's the peppers.
It's the peppers.
It was the peppers. Mike says, I think I'm going to get you Visine Ghost Peppers as a stocking stuffer. No, Visine eye drops as
Ghost
a stocking
pepper
stuffer.
Flavored Visine.
Donna, not the one that's screaming as a nurse. I'm allergic to peppers. I would be dying if this was me. Some people really are. I have seen people where their lips will swell right up with peppers. You can get some really tough ones. Okay, what else do I have to get into? We had just had so much to deal with. The Bills, Frankfurt Skyler, congratulations. Congratulations to Whitesboro having a great season. But again, that same team, losing to that same team this year, taking second place in New York State. Frankfurt taking first place in New York State. Congratulations to New York Sash and their teddy bear toss and all the fans that came with teddy bears over the weekend. We had a tough time finding teddy bears. Must be everybody was out getting the stuffed animals.
Yeah.
We were looking everywhere. And
couldn't find any.
It got to the point where I said, there are these porcelain dolls up here. They're $9.99.
Just make sure. Hopefully, let a few of the bears hit the ice first before you throw it.
We got to land this doll when we throw it. It's got to land on a clump of teddy bears. Yeah. Otherwise, it was very difficult. And so before we got to the game, we're out trying to buy stuffed animals. That was tough. What else do we have? Anything else that was big over the weekend that anybody wants to talk about?
They opened up Notre Dame Cathedral.
That opened, and have you seen the brilliant, this was on 60 Minutes, they went through the colors. So this is the first time in, since the 1800s that it's been cleaned. And the colors are so brilliant. Now is the time to go and see this amazing cathedral.
Because they hadn't previously cleaned it
even before the fire, all the colors had dulled. It was dull and dreary. Now it's bright and incredibly colorful.
Wow.
People are like, well, did they painted everything? No, they just cleaned the grime hundreds of years of grime off the walls. Really something.
No,
And
did you see it when you were in? Because you were in Paris. Did you
we
see?
saw
where it was, but it was burned down.
Well, it still was
Under construction,
Huge. No,
or-
the structure was still there. Remember the walls are all stone.
Yeah.
So the walls remained. It's that wooden the rooftop
spires and all that,
All
yeah.
that is what caved in. But what we could see when we were there, and believe me, there were still people there, still taking pictures, and we have pictures. But our pictures are of they had a wall going around it, like a fence, a giant fence, which if I recall had like posters on it going all around, talking about referencing what they were doing and,
Sure.
and all of that. But then you as you got back to take a picture, you could see scaffolding. I mean, it was incredible, scaffolding all the way up the thing, and that's what you saw. I mean, you were seeing a part of history.
The rebuild, yeah.
You were seeing the rebuild. So it is what it is. All right, I want to tell you, I had some things pulled aside. Oh, if you're looking for a place to go to lunch, are you thinking about lunch? It's a Utica thing, which is located right over there on Leland Avenue. And I'm going to tell you something. The food is so good. And lunchtime is something worth thinking about. You know, they have lunch deals where they can package up all of this food for you and deliver to you a lunch deal for your entire workplace. Or get out and go into the dining room and enjoy lunch. Soups and salads, homemade pastas and pizza. Family packs for offices are so good. You put it in the break room and everybody gets to eat. They're open Tuesday through Sunday at 11:30 a.m. for lunch. Tuesday through Sundays at 11:30 a.m. So plan it starting tomorrow and take advantage of It's a Utica Thing Kitchen and Bar, located on Leland Ave in North Utica. The food is so amazing. And they have gift cards. Buy $20, get $5 free. And catering, of course, for your holidays. Go to itsauiticathing.com for details. Itsauiticathing.com. And the food is just so delicious. A great little tasting of delicious food in Utica. All right, we'll do Habaika's free money question of the day. And as we mentioned, it's worth $150 here this morning. And Davey, this morning, what caller number are you looking at?
Caller 8, Bill.
Caller 8. You sound better, Davey. You're really uplifting now all of a sudden.
step.
Caller number 8 right now, 315-736-0186. Caller 8 right now, your chance to win from Habaika and WIBX.
Hi, I'm Pete from Big Apple Music, and we have lots of Christmas deals. Complete 5-piece Mapex drum sets, $4.99. Electric guitar and amp combos, $1.99. Student acoustic guitars, $98. And a 61-key Yamaha digital keyboard is $119. Plus, we have the best guitars from Fender, Gibson, Taylor, Yamaha, all at the guaranteed lowest prices. We also have the best remote car starters. Plus, we can add heated seats to your car and a backup camera. Right now, take 10% off all WeatherTech floor mats, and we have LED vehicle lighting, step boards, tonneau covers, and all vehicle accessories on sale. Even deals on window tinting. At Big Apple, we have the area's largest selection of musical instruments and accessories at the guaranteed lowest prices. Merry Christmas from all of us at Big Apple Music in New Hartford.
Big Apple Music, put us under your Christmas tree.
For eligible individuals 18 and older with self-perceived mild to moderate hearing loss only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
Life without hearing aids can be frustrating.
Andy, did you hear what she just said?
No, I'm sorry. What did I miss?
I said I got the promotion, Dad. I thought you would be excited.
You're missing out on the important moments of your life because you just can't hear them. It's time to try the Jabra Enhance Select 500, our smallest, most advanced hearing aid. With proprietary speech clarity technology, even the most complex listening situations like a noisy restaurant are crisp and clear. And you can get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional care you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. Get Jabra Enhance over-the-counter hearing aids and stop missing the important moments. Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to JabraEnhance.com/radio. That's JABRA Enhance.com/radio. JabraEnhance.com/radio.
Imagine a world where animals and humans coexist in harmony, where wild animals thrive, habitats are protected, and marginalized communities are empowered. At International Animal Rescue, this is our vision. Our holistic, community-led projects not only rescue animals, but also protect and replenish precious habitats, creating a better future for us all. But we can't do this without you. Show your support now and help keep the wild wild. Visit internationalanimalrescue.org.
This year, give the gift of music, the gift of awe and wonder, the gift of a beautiful summer's day in upstate New York, highlighted with a world-class theatrical experience. This year, give the gift of the Glimmerglass Festival. A variety of ticket packages are available for our 50th anniversary season. Or give a Glimmerglass gift card and let them enjoy the performances that fit their schedule. Visit glimmerglass.org and begin planning the summer experience of a lifetime that's just minutes from Cooperstown at the 2025 Glimmerglass Festival.
Imagine this. You're at your daughter's soccer game. She makes a shot and suddenly goes down in a lot of pain. It's her ankle. As a parent, you know the faster she gets to the right people, the sooner she'll be on her way to recovery. And treating this pain is an emergency. The orthopedic care she needs is just minutes away at Community Memorial. If it's real pain, head to our new emergency room in Hamilton. We have the shortest wait times in the area. We can get pain under control and then quickly get you into one of our world-class specialists at Community Memorial Center for Orthopedics. Whether it's a new injury or a long-term joint pain, we also have orthopedic clinics on weekdays in Hamilton, Wednesdays in New Hartford, and Thursdays in Cazenovia, with walk-ins welcome. Imagine a healthcare system that's dedicated to getting you to some of the best orthopedic specialists in the area in the shortest time possible. That's Community Memorial Center for Orthopedics. Visit orthoemergency.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM.
Now back to the Keeler Show.
I don't know what I love. I just love this bumper song.
Me too.
Should be a song. It's not. It's not.
We can make it into one.
We may have to make it into one. It is time now for Hobica's free money question of the day, which comes to you from the fine people at the Hobica Law Firm. And on the line right now, by the way, Hobica Law Firm, if you're in need of any legal assistance, call them to Davey. Are you in need of any legal assistance? Nothing?
Not that I'm aware of.
Is this you, Mike,
right.
in Nelliston?
It is.
All right, stand by. Stand by. We're getting right to you. Davey?
No.
You're not? You sure? Well, just in case you are, their phone number is 315-724-1600. Okay? 315-724-1600, the Hobica Law Firm. Mike is in Nelliston. Good morning, Michael. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
So, Mike, are you near, Nelliston? Tell the people where you're located. Is that near Palatine Bridge in that area?
Right, yeah. It's sort of a suburb of Canajoharie.
Yeah, Canajoharie, Fort Plain, Nelliston, Palatine Bridge, and the El Rancho, and the El Rancho Drive-In, which is its own city, I believe.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Spent a lot of time there. Okay, all right. Here we go, Mike. This is your question for $150. Are you ready?
I am.
All right, here we go. This animal is 30 times more likely than a man or a woman to be struck by lightning. Which one? Ready, go.
Giraffe.
You're going to go with giraffe. That's an obvious answer. A
Very
giraffe.
good one.
Good answer. Is it giraffe? It is!
Wow! Oh, man.
I feel like that was out of the easy bunch of questions.
I wouldn't have thought about that.
What else would it be?
You got to be really sharp in the morning to come up with that, but good job.
That was good, Mike. Congratulations. It's a giraffe, and that's worth $150 here in December. Is that our first December winner, or it might be?
It is.
Yeah. We had a lot of winners in November, let me tell you. Holy crap. Okay, Mike, nice job. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, you stand by, and Davey's got you hooked up there in Nelliston. He's all yours, Davey. He's all yours. Also give him the food and fun card. It's $25 gift card, good at the any of the Comets restaurants or at the Adirondack Bank Center in Nexus. I say Comets restaurants, those affiliated with Rob Esch and the Comets. Could be Aquavino or Taylor and the Cook, Babes, etc., etc. It's the food and fun card, $25 gift cards, a great holiday gift because they're good at so many different locations. All right, coming up, we're speaking with Farmer Ben Simons. And I don't know, are we calling him? Because he's not on the line.
Oh, he should be calling us.
So I just want to tell you that I believe Schumer was in town. So the question is, was Chuck Schumer in town? And I believe he was in town.
He was in town Friday, I believe.
On Friday, but in Little Falls. Is this Ben?
It is. How are you?
Good. Stand by. We're coming right with you. Hold on. I'll put you right through. Good morning, Ben. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. How are you on this snowy previous to Christmas?
I don't know that we're going to have a white Christmas.
It's going to be wet.
Well, the old farmer's wise tale was, if you have a white Thanksgiving, you're going to have a green Christmas. That's the old farmer's wise tale.
Okay.
That was indeed the case here.
Well, I will say we're going to be getting some warmer weather this week, and we'll, at least in the valleys, we'll see some real melting going on.
We up here on Star Hill here, we've got anywhere between 24 and 30 inches of snow on the level right out in my hay fields here.
Wow. You guys have been hit hard. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a pretty good chance.
Lakes have been good to me.
Pretty good chance you'll have a white Christmas at your place. I would say that's a lot of snow to melt. Okay, Chuck Schumer in town? ? I believe he was at the very least in Little Falls. What do you know?
Yep, he's making his rounds. He ended up coming to Little Falls and doing his announcement about trying to refund the farm bill. And what it really is all about is that we really have not passed a new farm bill since 2018. They've just been running basically what I call a continuing resolution or a contingency.
Yeah.
They just keep refunding it and just keep it going, no changes to it. And what his main emphasis was on this trip that he was at Herkimer County here just last week was, and he was talking about the cliff for the dairy industry. What's going on is there is an insurance program that if the price of milk gets low and the price of hay, alfalfa, corn, and soybeans, all the ingredients that it takes to make milk feed the cows, if the margin gets too close where there's not much of a margin, the farmers can buy into an insurance policy. And then the insurance kicks in when there's a difference between the two so that the farmer can, I'm not saying stay profitable, but it helps alleviate the massive highs and the massive lows on the price of milk and the profitability of the farmer.
Yeah.
And by not doing a continuous resolution, all that's going to go away, or it would be suspended, or they'd go on furlough. And what's really happening is the whole USDA, because they didn't pass the farm bill, would basically get shut down because there's no funding. That's really what it's all about. He was just picking one part of it, if that makes sense of it.
Okay.
Makes sense to you.
I believe it does.
They've got to come up with some money.
The reality is we always want all of our prices to be low. And interestingly, we saw it when gas prices were down below $2, down below $1.50. And actually, if you remember, at one point, went down below $1, which was when Trump was in office. And that really was, while it was great for us, it was not good for the refineries. It was not good for the oil industry in the United States because they were not making any money. The same thing holds true here, and we forget about it. We always want our milk prices to be low. You want to pay less for eggs. You want to pay less for everything. The reality is we got to kind of find that perfect equilibrium that in the middle price so that it's not breaking the bank for us and the farmers are making money.
Exactly. I mean, just drive around Oneida County or Herkimer County and look at all the farms that when you were a kid there, Bill, that had dairy cows on them. Now you drive around, they're very few and far between.
Yeah.
And the farms that are left, the only way they're surviving is they have to get bigger. The margin per cow is so thin, so small, that the only way you're really going to survive for the next generation is what we call in the farm industry, or I call it in the farm industry, is the Walmart syndrome. Mm-hmm. You've got to get bigger and milk many, many more cows. And that's where it's at. Less than 2% of your population produces all the food in the country. When I moved here in 1984 from New Hampshire, there was over 400 dairy farms in Oneida County in 1984. Today, there's roughly about 138, 139 dairy farms left in Oneida County producing commercial amount of milk. But the number of cows from 1984 was roughly 20,000 cows.
Wow.
And here we are today in 2024. There's still roughly 20,000 cows in Oneida County, but they're on 138 farms. So the farms have gotten bigger.
The farms have gotten bigger, and we've seen a few of those on some tours. They're enormous farms, right?
Yes. Yep. And believe me, they're not getting rich, even though you see these large farms with big, large machinery. But at the end of the day, the profit margin per cow is so thin.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we're not talking about is the regulations that are on these farms now. They are highly, highly regulated on where they can spread their manure. You and I have talked about that. And how they handle their cows. And now the animal rights activists, and I don't mean to upset anybody, but they've got into it now where they're telling us farmers how we can care for our animals, and they have inspectors now that come around to the farms and actually inspect how you take care of your livestock. Are you feeding them properly? Are you handling your baby calves properly? And it's like if we didn't take care of our animals on our own, they wouldn't produce good product for us. So regulations on top of regulations, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. Let's see. Rudy in Lowville says that Schumer was up there at the Kraft facility as well.
That is correct.
Yeah.
After he got done in Herkimer, he went right up Route 12, right to Kraft. And I'm not exactly sure what he did for Kraft, but I do know they're expanding. They took out their string cheese manufacturing in Lowville and moved that off-site. And they're putting in another line of their Philadelphia cream cheese type business up there. And because everybody was worried, they're getting out of the string cheese business, that they were not going to buy the amount of milk they've been buying, and those farmers in the North Country were all going to be upset. But the reality is they're going to replace that part of the building with more cream cheese type manufacturing.
Right. Which is big. The other thing I thought was interesting, speaking of cheese and speaking of Kraft, is the American cheese, those cheese slices that you get.
Yeah.
That cannot, by government regulation, that cannot be called cheese. There's not enough cheese in it to make it real cheese?
I'm not real fluent on that. I'd like to research it.
Yeah, look it up.
I have heard the same thing what you're telling is that, and my advice to people is we all like yellow-looking cheese. We all do. But at the end of the day, what color is the milk that makes your cheese?
Yeah. If it's yellow, I wouldn't
Or
drink
orange.
it.
I look at it as
there
orange.
has to be some food coloring.
Yes.
There has to be something in it.
Yep. And I wonder about the so you have see if you can look into this, because they're saying American cheese. So you can get the block of American cheese or the slices at your deli, which are different than the cheese slices you're going to get packaged that you'd get from maybe Kraft or some of the other companies. Is the stuff that you get from your deli, is that American cheese considered real cheese? I'd be interested to know. Maybe you can look into this and let us know.
I definitely will research that for you, because that is a very good question. And the other thing that we ought to just take a moment and touch base with, it's all over the news, is the bird flu that's getting into the milk business.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
And well, my thoughts are, is where Farm Bureau's thoughts are, is that we got to be conscious of it, be aware that it's out there. But at the end of the day, and I know this is going to step on the toes of some farmers, but it has been proven, USDA has put out many reports, that pasteurized milk kills off the bird flu in the milk. It really does. And then people are kind of concerned about probiotics and things like that are in non-pasteurized milk because they want the wholesome goodness of it. Then just spread your diet out a little bit and eat some yogurt and eat some different cheeses. And then that will make up for what the pasteurization takes away from milk. There's no question that pasteurization really does work, because that's why Mr. Pasteur, that invented the process of pasteurizing milk, came up with it. And pasteurized milk, I am a dairy farmer that is semi-retired now. I'm still into marketing of milk, but not into producing it anymore. But pasteurized milk, for your listeners out there, the general public, is the best way to go. With whole milk, the 3.2% fat milk, and pasteurized milk is still the safest out there. I'm not trying to go against one versus the other.
This is one of the RFK's big things, talking about having the actual milk not pasteurized. And there's a big kick on it right now. You're seeing it, and then you see the same thing in cider, right? I like the cider that's not pasteurized. There is a different taste. I'm not sure. I mean, and milk, I guess, that is not pasteurized has a different taste as well. But it's been pasteurized for a reason, and I wonder if we're gonna get down the road where all of a sudden pasteurization is on the bad list. It feels like that's where we're going right now.
Well, I have mixed feelings. I grew up living on raw milk right off the farm, right out of the cow, right here in the tank, and coming to my family. My wife on her family farm in New Hampshire, same thing. But for the general public at this point in time, with the knowledge that we have, I still strongly recommend that you buy whole milk, and that it's pasteurized. It is pasteurized. And I just want to quickly say to that people talk about 1% or skim milk or 2% because of the fat content, and people, are worried about obesity. But the reality is, turn those numbers around. Whole milk is 3.2%. For easy figuring, it's 3% fat.
Yep.
It's 97% fat-free. Whole milk is 97% fat-free. 2% milk is 98% fat-free. And then 1%, of course, is 99% fat-free. Well, when you go to the grocery store and you buy your beef, and they tell you it's 85% fat, that means it's 15% fat.
Right.
85%.
It is
fat-free
interesting
is
how
50.
how we label stuff. We're labeling it we're labeling it for marketing purposes more than anything else. That's very interesting. And by the way,
I don't know why they turned that around. I just don't understand that.
When you get a good piece of steak, you want it to have a little more fat because the flavor is better.
Absolutely.
We don't
The
look at milk the
flavor's
same
in the
way.
fat.
Yeah. All right. We appreciate it as always, Ben, and get back to us on that American cheese thing. I think that would be interesting.
I will. I'll research that today, and I'll get back to you in the next couple of days so everyone can enjoy dairy products for the holidays.
All right. I love it. We'll still be enjoying it no matter what. But okay. Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Have a great day. We'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.
All right, Ben Simons. Call him what you want. Some people call him Farmer Ben. Farmer Ben. That is very that American cheese thing. I mean, to me, American cheese on a cheeseburger is just the way to go.
Yeah, it is.
I thought this story was interesting. All right, we'll get to that coming up when we get more from him. Hold tight. Much more to get to coming up next hour here on this Monday morning. It's First News and a full forecast of news coming right up. First News Keeler in the morning on WIBX.
Ever thought of adding an adjustable base to your queen bed at Mattress Express? Buy a Bed Tech adjustable base right now for $9.99 and get a $500 prepaid Visa card. You heard me right. You get half your money back in a prepaid Visa card. Shop Mattress Express.
Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire expert. Take $100 off instantly on any 4 installed Bridgestone or Firestone tire, including popular winter tires like the Firestone Winter Force and the Bridgestone Blizzak. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today online at tallmanstire.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices, guaranteed. Offer expires December 15th.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down, get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Paid for by Estella's Pharma.
From the Stanley Theater Studio, WIBX Utica, Rome.
W295EI.
WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
It's a moment of historic opportunity. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what President Biden calls the falling of the regime in Syria after insurgents took control of the country and the leader Bashar Assad fled to Russia.
This regime brutalized and tortured and killed literally hundreds of thousands of innocent Syrians.
The president also says the U.S. will engage with different Syrian groups, but it is reportedly weighing the extent to which it should do so, noting that some of the rebels have their own ties to terrorism. As President Biden aims to work with its partners in the region to stabilize Syria, President-elect Trump says the U.S. should stay out of the conflict altogether.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera at the White House. The U.S. bombed ISIS terror targets inside Syria over the weekend, and
Israel says it struck suspected chemical weapons sites and long-range rocket stores. It doesn't want Syria's deadliest weapons falling into the hands of its enemies. Overthrown President Bashar al-Assad was an ally of Iran and Hezbollah, and Syria hosts multiple armed groups.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. It is day 6 in the manhunt for the masked gunman who murdered United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside a Manhattan hotel. The man's face is seen unmasked in numerous surveillance videos and left evidence behind when it's believed he left New York City on a bus. Another hip-hop star caught up in the Sean Diddy Combs sex scandal. Jay-Z is named in a civil lawsuit filed by a woman who claims the two of them
sexually assaulted her when she was 13 years old. The anonymous accuser says it happened back in 2000. Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, denies the accusation and calls it, quote, idiotic.
Fox's Marianne Rafferty. Sean Sean Diddy Combs has been sued by multiple women and remains jailed in New York City on federal sex trafficking charges. A record contract for a baseball free agent, Juan Soto, will reportedly stay in New York, but leave the Yankees and go to the Mets. A 15-year, $765 million deal for Soto with the Mets. One other baseball note, Dave Parker and Dick Allen will go into the Hall of Fame, chosen by a committee that decides on players from decades ago. America's listening to Fox News.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
President-elect Trump moving forward with his plan for mass deportations of immigrants who came to the U.S. illegally in a record surge.
I think you have to do it, and it's a very tough thing to do. But you have to have, you have rules, regulations, laws. They came in illegally.
But he also tells NBC's Meet the Press some so-called dreamers brought to the U.S. illegally while they were children should be allowed to stay.
I will work with the Democrats on a plan, and if we can come up with a plan, but the Democrats have made it very, very difficult to do anything.
When President-elect Trump also wants to end a constitutional provision guaranteeing citizenship to children born in the U.S. to illegal immigrant parents. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed before this week's trading. On Sunday Night Football, the defending champion Chiefs beat the L.A. Chargers on a last-second field goal, clinching the AFC West Division title earlier. The Philadelphia Eagles beat Carolina for their 9th straight win. The L.A. Rams snapped Buffalo's 7-game win streak.
They blitz. Stafford sees it. Nakua gets a block. He might go. Nakua scores.
Puka Nakua's late touchdown helped seal it for the Rams on Fox, beating Buffalo 44-42. In the loss, Bills quarterback Josh Allen set an NFL record with 3 passing touchdowns and 3 more scores rushing. The new expanded college football playoffs are set.
The top 4 seeds in the new look college football playoff get buys into the quarterfinals. 13-0 Oregon, the Big Ten champ, is the clear number 1 seed. Georgia claims the 2 seed after a 22-19 overtime win over Texas in the SEC title game. Mountain West champ Boise State is 3 and Big 12 champ Arizona State 4. In the first round, Notre Dame hosts in-state rival Indiana on Friday, December 21st, with the winner taking on Georgia. The next day, Texas will host Clemson with the winner facing Arizona State. Ohio State will get a shot at revenge against Oregon, whom they lost to in the regular season, if the Buckeyes can beat Tennessee at home. And Penn State hosts SMU in the 6-11 game, with the winner playing Boise.
That's Tim McMaster. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Good morning, WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM News Time, 8:05. I'm Andrew Domenio. This update brought to you by John's Mobile Home Parts and Accessories in Risconnee Falls. For all your mobile home needs, it's worth the trip. Go to johnsmobilehomeparts.com for more information. One person was injured in a 2-car accident Saturday afternoon in Marcy. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office says 76-year-old Barbara Perkins of Oriskany was driving west on Main Street in Marcy when she failed to stop at a stop sign and was struck by a pickup being driven by 32-year-old Kevin Owen. Perkins was taken to Wynn Hospital with minor injuries and issued a ticket for failing to stop at a stop sign. 4 people have been displaced following a fire at a multifamily home in Oswego. The blaze happened Saturday morning on East 5th Street, and first responders arrived to find flames soaring from above the roof. A power line ended up going down in front of the residence, which made getting the fire under control a bit more difficult. No one was injured, and the cause of the blaze is still being investigated. Central New York motorists are seeing slightly lower prices when it comes time to fill up their vehicles. AAA says the average cost for a gallon of regular fuel right now is $3.09. That's down a penny in the past week and is 4 cents less than this time 1 month ago. Currently, the state average is sitting at $3.15 a gallon, while nationally it's $3.03. The last time the national average was below $3 was back in May of 2021. Utica police say they've arrested 2 people on charges related to guns and drugs. On December 5th, the Utica Police Department Special Investigation Unit, assisted by the UPD Gun-Involved Violence Elimination Unit, executed search warrants relative to the ongoing sale and distribution of narcotics. At approximately 12:30 p.m., the detail attempted to conduct a vehicle stop of the target of the search warrant when the operator fled and led officers on a pursuit. During his flight, 60-year-old Tracy Harris struck a utility pole and exited the vehicle and fled on foot. He was apprehended a short distance away, and while executing the search warrant on his person, a large quantity of narcotics was located. The officers then went to 623 Blandina Street and conducted a search there. While entering the residence, they encountered a female, and during the course of the search, additional felony-level narcotics as well as a loaded 9mm handgun were located inside. In addition to Harris, 39-year-old Stacy Gannon was also arrested and charged. They're both facing several counts of criminal possession of a weapon and criminal possession of a controlled substance. WIBX 950 AM, 92.3 FM news time coming up on 8:08. Your weather forecast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor, the leader in service. Visit clintontractor.net.
So weather's dreaded word, rain, and that rain will start to roll in from west to east as clouds thicken up today, probably this afternoon after lunchtime, but a chilly 40 degrees overnight tonight, a few showers around, and we'll drop back to about the mid-30s. So in the North Country, maybe some snow. A few showers around tomorrow with a high in the upper 40s, or rain Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick from the Weather Channel, WIBX 950 AM and 92.3 FM.
Right now, 34 degrees under cloudy skies at 8:08. Sports brought to you by IBEW NECA 43 local contractors. The Mets have landed the top free agent in the majors. According to ESPN, star outfielder Juan Soto has agreed to a record 15-year, $765 million contract to join the New York Mets. The deal is the largest in pro sports history and includes no deferred money and has escalators that can reach above $800 million. The decision to join the Mets comes after Soto rejected a one-year, $21.05 million qualifying offer from the Yankees. The Major League Baseball hot stove is scalding hot heading into an important week in the offseason. The annual winter meetings take place in Dallas today. The unofficial start of the event kicked off Sunday night when prized free agent Juan Soto signed a 15-year, $765 million deal with the Mets. Meanwhile, Japanese pitcher Roki Sasaki is expected to be posted this week. He will be another player that many will be competing for. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs capped off another Sunday of NFL action with a last-second 19-17 victory over Justin Herbert and the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Mahomes passed for 210 yards and a touchdown to help the Chiefs clinch their ninth straight AFC West crown. In their early slate, the Vikings took down the Falcons 42-21. The Dolphins came from behind to beat the Jets 32-26 in overtime, and the Eagles beat the Panthers 22-16. The Buffalo Bills, boy, did they have a close one. It was a battle back and forth, and they almost came back from a huge deficit, but the 7-game winning streak of the Buffalo Bills is over after the squad suffered a defeat on the road. Bills quarterback Josh Allen threw 3 touchdown passes and rushed for 3 more. He's the first player in NFL history to do that. The final score from Los Angeles, 44-42. We want to congratulate the Frankfurt Schuyler football team. The 8-man team are the state champions. They won at the JMA Wireless Dome on Saturday. On Friday, Whitesboro unfortunately lost their state championship game. But congratulations to both teams on great, well-fought seasons. The Utica Comets losing at home to the Providence Bruins over the weekend by a score of 3-2. And the Utica Pioneers split 2 games. They won on the road on Friday, but lost at the Teddy Bear Toss by a score of 5-2 on Saturday night. And it was a great event still for Toys for Tots, or for the Teddy Bear Toss.
Mike says it's nice that Soto will go into the Hall of Fame wearing a Mets cap. If all that works out. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Also, I have this tweet from Howie Rose, legendary broadcaster with the New York Mets. This is perhaps the most unique moment in the history of the New York Mets. I told you from day one that Steve Cohen was not about to be the little brother in town. He was taking dead aim at the Yankees and everyone else. It's on. And then a fan responds by saying, the Mets will always be the little brother in town, man. No matter how much money they spend, they're the effing Mets. Okay. Take that for what I got to tell you. Back when the Mets were winning back in the 80s, the Yankees were losing. The Yankees had a rough decade then, while the Mets were 1986 world champions. But
they
you
got
cannot
a long
take
way to go to get to 27.
You cannot take away, obviously, the history that the New York Yankees have by any means. Let's go to Jeff Manaske, who's on the line right now. Another Mets fan.
Oh, jeez.
Good morning, Mr. Manaske. Good morning.
Well, I have to tell you this, and this might surprise you, but I'll say it right now. You know, Soto gets 15 years, $765 million. If the Mets don't get at least one World Series, this is the worst deal I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we don't at least win one.
Well, I almost feel like it's got to be more than one.
Well, you know what, Bill? But, I mean, can you imagine if we're sitting here in 15, 18 years and we
You're
look
right,
back
but
and
none.
we go, boy, they paid all that money and we finished third for 9 of those 15 years? I mean, come on.
Tell me that I am over exaggerating, or maybe I'm just exaggerating. That this moment for the New York Mets, they're hoping it is going to be their Babe Ruth moment.
No, I think you're absolutely right. Obviously, the biggest contract ever signed. And, you know, in football, it's unique. I'll take you back a couple of years. In baseball, it's unique. Conversely, in football, you go back, Daniel Jones signed what was at the time the biggest contract ever for a quarterback.
Yeah.
And if you notice, if you track these things, every time a decent quarterback signs a contract, it's the largest in NFL history.
Yeah.
Whatever scale they have, everybody's always kicked up a step.
Right.
You know, it's not like next year somebody's going to sign for 18 and $800 million. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is probably going to be the biggest deal in sports for, I don't know. I mean, maybe a basketball player will sign a huge deal like this, but you know, I'm worried. I'm nervous. I'm a Mets fan. I've seen this movie before. I know what we like to do. You know, so. Look, I'm glad we got him. He's an outstanding player, don't get me wrong, but we're basically putting the franchise up there and saying everything revolves around him for the next decade and a half. I mean, you go back, you look at the A-Rod deal. Who was the other? Oh, the Mike Trout deal. These are all teams that signed
failures.
The most talented guy in sports and then went nowhere.
Flops.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, it's great. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not happy we got him. I'm certainly happy, but you know, the other shoe's got to drop. We need a couple championships here.
One thing I know about Manaske, too, is he's one of the most putting into the category of realist people that I know. And I think your analysis of this morning, Jeff, is right on.
Thank you.
I'm glad we don't have it.
He's trying to downplay it and turn it into a terrible deal. The reality is, however, this is a guy who has a record, who and the other part of this is baseball, where those who have the money spend the money, and it's not like football where you have the salary cap to deal with, which changes everything. Cohen's got the money, and if he wants Alonso at first base, he's going to cut a deal to have Alonso at first base. So, and then just take a look at the way the Dodgers were able to build their current team. You do know that I'm the ultimate optimist.
I know.
Back in May, I was telling you, trust me, stick with this team. They're going to make the playoffs. And, you know, every once in a while, at some point, a clock is always right?
Exactly.
At least once or twice a day, the clock, the hands come around in the right place. But I just feel like, he wants to win, Cohen. And he's going to do whatever it takes. And at the very least, for this moment, can't we just enjoy the fact that that he's He's like the George Steinbrenner when George Steinbrenner was George Steinbrenner.
Yeah.
That's what he's acting like right now.
Sure. All right. Well, you know what? I'll stop being negative. Let me end on a
Yes, he's
positive
like
note,
Steinbrenner overpaying for players.
That's right.
And listen, if the Yankees had gotten him for $760, I don't know that I would have been that happy about that because I've been having conversations with other Yankees fans in my sphere, and I don't think that he's worth that kind of money. I just don't think defensively he brings anything to the table. And you better hope that.
But he can't cover any ground.
No, he can't. And I think he's kind of like aloof out in the outfield sometimes and is more I just think he doesn't always react to the ball that well. Listen, I'll let the Mets have their moment, but I just don't think he's at least if you talk about home runs, as good as Judge or Ohtani.
Well, and think about that too. He played on a team last year that had Judge and Stanton, and they still didn't win the World Series.
Yeah.
I mean, how much do you have to put around this guy in order for the team to be successful? It's not like the NBA where you get LeBron, you're going to the playoffs, and you got a good chance to make the finals, or at least that was the case a couple years ago.
Let's talk about the real truth in that is that once you got out of the top 3 or 4 in the lineup for the Yankees, nothing was going on. So if they weren't hitting, nothing was happening. Whereas you take a look at the Dodgers, and at any point in that
and that's the thing you have to worry about. The Yankees and the Mets.
Yeah.
You've got the Dodgers that aren't going to be bad next year or the year after that. So
right. I know.
It'll be interesting to see.
All right. Well, we'll see, Manaski. We'll see where this all goes.
Note, listen, don't get down about the Bills. Yesterday was a great game. Sometimes you lose them.
Yeah.
Better that happened in the regular season than the playoffs, right? So I think they learned something from that. But that was a great game yesterday. It was fun watching.
I got to tell you, there were a couple of passes that Josh Allen made that you got to give credit to the.
How about Shakir? Some of the catches Shakir made
were give credit to the receivers as well.
My God.
Threaded in the timing, just the most amazing passes I've ever seen, and we lose that game. And if there's anything you walk away from, the Bills walk away from. First of all, I think they made a mistake at the end, running the ball as opposed to passing on the goal line. But I get it. However, the big takeaway is there needs to be some work before playoff time to strengthen the defense.
And finally, I just got to say, I'm sure you talked about it this morning. Friday night, celebrating the anniversary of the station. Jimmy, you knew what you were getting with him. He's absolutely hilarious. He had the crowd in stitches. He was so awesome. And then he meets people after the show. He's just such a great guy.
I mean, for like an hour, he was signing and taking pictures for like an hour.
He's incredible. I just want to say, too, Karen, I've seen her act probably 3 or 4 times. I don't think I've ever heard her repeat a joke. She's so hilariously funny.
Yeah.
The fact that she lives in this community and performs locally, people don't understand how awesome that is, that we have that level of comedian that you can go and see at a local club. It's unbelievable. And the opener, Mike, you know who he reminded me of? Of like a Robin Williams in the 70s.
Totally Robin Williams. I thought the same thing watching him.
But that was such a great night, and everything went off great, and congrats, and happy anniversary, and on and on and on.
Well, as Megan said afterwards, it kicks off our 100th year celebration, and Jeff, we have no choice but have to make sure you're a part of it because you have many of the historic moments in your mind that we're going to need to create the timeline. So you'll be, I hope you're willing, you'll be a big...
Now, there's no budget for it, Jeff, but we're going to...
That's right. It ain't going to make you any money, but we hope you'll be a part of all of it.
Well, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
They suck you back in. Yeah. All right. Can I just say one thing, too, about Jimmy? He did the Patriot Awards on... I'm going to a little behind the scenes here. On Thursday night, he does the Patriot Awards. Trump is in the audience. He's telling jokes. The joke that got him in trouble, I can see that it was an Obama joke, a Michelle Obama joke.
Yeah.
And I can see where they all were cringing a little bit on that. But it was, listen, for that audience, they loved it.
Yeah, right.
And so then he gets done there. and it's a late night. Remember, you're in the city. Just to get back home is going to take you a couple of hours
And
to,
he
to
didn't
get back home.
because he was
but listen,
partying.
They all went out afterwards.
Yeah.
So then he reaches out to me in the morning, and he's driving up. He's looking for a place to get lunch, which they ended up at Tavolo, and he did the. I'll play that coming up in a second. He did a shout out to them on the show Saturday night, which I thought was awesome. But then he drove up here, does lunch with Davey till about 2:00, right? You guys were doing lunch. Then he goes to the hotel and sleeps. Comes in and does our show, does an hour, probably close to an hour and a half of meet and greet after the show, which was incredible. Then gets in his vehicle. He'd already packed his stuff up and left the hotel, drives back to Manhattan, goes straight to Fox News and begins writing his Saturday Night Live show on Fox.
Yeah.
And worked all day at Fox, did the live show, and didn't get a breather until Sunday morning. And then I'll go even further. I'm watching him. He said, oh, my God, they've been texting me through the entire show. My phone was going off like crazy. And he's backstage, and I'm seeing him text away. And he said, look at this. And it is Trump in the text circle. It's Trump and Hannity. And Hannity was trying to get Jimmy to come on Sunday to Mar-a-Lago to perform at a Trump party in Florida at Mar-a-Lago on Sunday, and they were negotiating back and forth to get that deal done for Sunday. And it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Talking to him when he realized that it was Trump.
Yeah, Manansky and I were right there back there, and he said, oh, my God, I can't believe it.
And he'd been blowing the text message off.
Some guy bothering him.
Yeah.
And then Hannity jumps on. It was the funniest thing. He's like, who's this idiot texting me? Turns out it was the president of the United States. I mean, how big of a guy is Jimmy now? He's down to earth, like you said. He would have stayed there all night if he didn't have more work to do.
He would have. Yep. And, the fact that he did our show and has plans to do shows in the future here, and shouting you out, I thought was really cool, Jeff, because you're the one that really...
You want to tell everybody what he called me when he was on stage?
What did he call you?
Oh, yeah, I can't say it.
Okay. I didn't quite hear... I saw that he was doing a shout out, but you're the one that brought him here. You're the one that said, I want this show. This is the show to replace Rush Limbaugh. So
yeah, well, again, he's a little off step. He's a little off beat. You were never going to replace Rush with another Rush. But if I could pat myself on the back, I might have done us a real solid there.
There's no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
Amen.
All right, Jeff. Thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care, guys.
All right. Thank you, Jeff Manansky. And then I'm going to do one quickie, and I got to keep going.
Yes.
Because I've got stuff happening here. But this is from Fox News Saturday night, hosted by Jimmy Fallon, which was live on Saturday night. Check this out.
Look at the neck seals. Those neck seals. Man, come on, man. How much money for that? Let's talk about this. Well, first and foremost, we're having the drink tonight at Tavolo in Utica, New York. I ate there yesterday, and it was nothing short of a hazing ritual. They fed me everything on the menu twice, handed me a pair of Spanx on the way out the door. Tavolo, that's me with the crew. Worldcast. That's actually not the chef. That's the bouncer who asked me to leave. It's like, no more eating fat, so you got a TV show. And we're bringing my girl, Patty.
That was very cool. And he went to lunch with Davey, as a matter of fact. His man, Davey.
You guys talked about all things wrestling and sports and what else?
We actually did talk about wrestling for like 20 minutes, Andrew.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I told him, I said, we should come up with a tag team, me and you, for the 80s reference for the 80s.
I do love, on his show, one of the cool bits that they've developed is he has this old cab that he drives in that's classic, really pristine, but it's probably like a 1950s cab. Driving through the streets of New York City, he picked somebody up. Kennedy was one of them that he picked up, and
Charles Payne in there.
Charles Payne, and they go over topics of the day and talk back and forth as he's driving through the streets of New York City. Very cool. It was just an awesome show, and I also want to thank the Capitol Theater. They did a tremendous job. The place is beautiful, and it is a classic gem filled with history. I took a picture of the sign that talks about in case of fire, cut this rope. The curtain would come down.
Oh, that's cool.
Because the curtain is made of asbestos. Now, I'm assuming that's been corrected over the years, but the sign is still there. It was very, very cool. They did a tremendous job at the Rome Capitol Theater, and we thank them. All right, I want to talk to Captain Ted Tressler of the Salvation Army. This is a big time of year.
Yes, it is.
For the Salvation Army, and there's a lot of need out there. Captain, good morning. I'm sorry it took so long to get to you, but good morning, and thanks so much for coming on.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on. It was no need to apologize. It's been a great conversation.
Well, it was a big night in Rome on Friday as well, and that was really cool. And that Capitol Theater, boy, it looks so awesome,
lit up
at night with the marquee now and everything. It was just really beautiful. All right, it's holiday season. What do you need? Tell people, if you could, the important things they need to know as we head into the final few weeks of the holiday season.
Well, just to kind of summarize our campaign, our Christmas campaign so far this year, we've had very good support for our Angel Tree program. The local businesses and volunteers and families have really stepped up to take those angel tags and bring us toys for kids. Where we've fallen a little bit short is for our annual kettle campaign. And the reason that we're a little bit short, we're a little over halfway through with the number of days that we have available to ring the bells outside the stores.
Right.
And so we're a little more than halfway, but we're at about a third of our goal for fundraising. There are multiple reasons for that. We've lagged a little bit with some volunteers, so we could use more volunteers. But the last several days with the weather, whenever the weather's bad, we struggle. People don't go out and to shop whenever you have 8 inches of snow on the ground.
Well, and on top of that, it really hurts when the forecast, in the valley, we really didn't get any snow up until this last 3 or 4 days. But when the forecast is saying, don't drive, stay home, don't do anything, it hurts business. And then you find out it wasn't all that terrible after all. But, it hurts. And it not only hurts businesses, but it hurts fundraisers and groups like the Salvation Army.
Yeah, it is challenging whenever folks aren't out for whatever reason. So, what could help is maybe if folks have a few extra bucks, they could drop in a kettle, or maybe some folks are in a little better way than many others right now. Drop a check in the mail or stop by to see us. We'd be happy to talk about what we can do to help our community if we have just a little bit more financial support. So that's what we need.
All right. So can they go right to the website and get details?
You can go to our Facebook page, Salvation Army Rome, and there are links there. We have people, if they just want to text, you can text kettle to 31333, or goodness, you think I'd have all this stuff memorized by now?
No, people they'll figure it out. But it's been a challenging year for Rome, and the Salvation Army has been there, and the need continues, and we just have to keep that in mind.
Right, and we've had a couple conversations with folks, walking past the kettles this year, as we often do. Folks asking, where does this money go? Or if I get a request in the mail for a donation, it says it's going to some other city. Well, it does for processing only, but all the money donated here stays here. We don't send our money off to corporate headquarters in Timbuktu or anything. So the money that's raised here serves the people in this community, And the money that's raised at Christmas time certainly helps at Christmas, but it also helps us to serve people all year long.
Right.
So last year the money that was raised at Christmas helped us to provide meals and drinks and relief supplies to folks in July.
Right. Well, I think the real we take all of these things for granted, and at the holiday time is when we all think about giving. The reality is that need doesn't end on New Year's Day.
Correct.
It continues. So, all right. We appreciate Captain Ted Tressler. We appreciate your time, and we certainly appreciate everything that you all do out there. Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We love our community, and we just love serving. So thank you for the support, and thank you to the Rome community for helping us to serve others.
All right. We'll talk again soon. Thank you.
Take care.
Captain Ted Tressler with the Salvation Army. You can search for their Facebook page, Salvation Army of Rome, to get some details there. I do have to break. I want to tell you about the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills. The Falcon Clinic is the area's premier osteopathic medical clinic, offering primary care, family medicine, treatment for and counseling, by the way, for opioid dependency, and hepatitis treatment as well. Do you know that hepatitis can be treated and it's 100% curable? Reach out to the Falcon Clinic for details. If you are a baby boomer and you've had a blood transfusion at any point in your life, you could be carrying the disease and not even know it. Reach out to the Falcon Clinic today, and if you're in need of a new family practitioner, a new family doctor, call today, 315-507-4751, the Falcon Clinic in Washington Mills.
Oh, you've seen these before. Would you rather have to spell and pronounce charcuterie or step on a Lego? Next one. Would you rather start Social Security as soon as you can or see other possibilities? Lee Baldwin & Company can't help you with your feet, but they can help you find out why planning withdrawals can be as important as the investment. Lee Baldwin & Company. Find your investment answers at investtoday.com. Member FINRA SIPC.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, their U.S.-based restoration specialists will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
If you're living with dry age-related macular degeneration or dry AMD, you may be at risk for developing geographic atrophy or GA. GA can be unpredictable and progress rapidly, leading to irreversible vision loss. Now there's something you can do to
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay is proven to slow GA progression.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Izervay or avacincaptad pagel is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com.
Don't miss Quiet Riot with special guest 10 Ton Mojo, Friday, December 13th at 7:30 p.m. at the Stanley Theater in Utica. Learn more at thestanley.org.
Being prepared for winter weather starts with New Holland. From large snow removal jobs to clearing driveways, New Holland has the equipment to stay one step ahead. Overcome winter's toughest conditions faster, cleaner, and safer with the New Holland lineup of skid steer loaders, compact track loaders, compact wheel loaders, and compact utility tractors. The year-end celebration is going on now. Visit Clinton Tractor today and get equipped for winter.
We are the leader in service, Clinton Tractor.
ClintonTractor.net. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair, your trusted tire experts.
Save $100 off instantly on any 4 installed Bridgestone or Firestone tire, including popular winter tires like the Firestone Winter Force and the Bridgestone Blizzak. Whether you're in Utica, Yorkville, Rome, or Herkimer, their team of professionals is ready to serve you. Schedule your appointment today online at TallmansTire.com. Tallman's Tire and Auto Repair. Get the best tires for your vehicle at unbeatable prices, guaranteed. Offer expires December 15th.
For eligible individuals 18 and older with self-perceived mild to moderate hearing loss only. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
Life without hearing aids can be frustrating.
Andy, did you hear what she just said?
No, I'm sorry. What did I miss?
I said I got the promotion, Dad. I thought you would be excited.
You're missing out on the important moments of your life because you just can't hear them. It's time to try the Jabra Enhanced Select 500, our smallest, most advanced hearing aid. With proprietary speech clarity technology, even the most complex listening situations like a noisy restaurant are crisp and clear. And you can get the same advanced hearing aid technology and professional care you expect from a clinic at a fraction of the cost. Get Jabra Enhance over-the-counter hearing aids and stop missing the important moments. Save $300 on Enhanced Select 500 hearing aids automatically at checkout. Just go to JabraEnhance.com/radio. That's JABRA Enhance.com/radio. JabraEnhance.com/radio.
Why wait for January to start your health journey? The time to take action is now. Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Fit Body Bootcamp. Whether you're looking to get stronger, feel better, or just start living your best life, me and my team of coaches are here to help. Right now, you can jumpstart your fitness goals by joining our Fit for the Holidays 28-day promotion for only $57. Or come on in and join us for 3 free sessions. Don't wait for the new year. Start your health journey now. Just give us a call and live your best life at Fit Body Bootcamp, located in Whitesboro and Clinton.
The holidays are here, and so are the biggest savings of the year at Steep Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer during their Red Tag year-end blowout. Save on a 2024 Silverado RST V8 4x4 dealer demo. Get $10,000 off. Or lease a 2024 Silverado Crew Cab LT 4x4 for just $469 a month. Prefer something sporty? Lease a 2025 Trailblazer LS all-wheel drive for only $359 a month. Visit SteepPawneeChevy.com or stop by and see why it's always easy to do business at Steep Pawnee Chevrolet. The Steep Pawnee family wishes you and your family a joyful holiday season. Together, let's drive. Customers must qualify with top-tier credit through GM Financial. Lease term for 3 years, 10,000 miles per year. Mileage penalty of 25 cents per mile. Over 30,000 miles. Lessee must have a current Chevy lease in the household. Silverado demo stock number 24615. Silverado lease stock number 24447. Trailblazer stock number 25217. All taxes, fees, $1,000 down on first payment due at delivery. Must take delivery by December 31st. See salesperson for details.
Welcome to the Potting Shed Antiques, the local business with the perfect gift for everyone on your list. Antiques make thoughtful gifts. Don Hartman invites you to shop local and save with 50% off the entire store, except for coins and gold jewelry. Gold jewelry is now 20% off. Stop in every Thursday through Saturday, starting Black Friday through Christmas Eve. Make holiday memories with Don and his staff at the Potting Shed Antiques, Oriskany Boulevard, Whitesboro, or online at thepottingshedantiques.com.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
All right, portions of today's program brought to you by Rick Easy and everybody at Steep Pawnee Mazda. Winning races and building award-winning vehicles for more than 100 years. Right now at Steep Pawnee Mazda, drive a new 2024 Mazda CX-30 SE for only $269 a month on a 36-month lease, or you can save with 0% or 0.9% APR financing on select new 2024 Mazdas. See Rick or anybody at the dealership for details. And as Rick always says, let's make your deal on a new Mazda where it is always easy to do business. Steep Pawnee Mazda Commercial Drive in Yorkville. On the line is Michelle Sands Rodriguez, a longtime immigration attorney. And there's word right now that many of the illegal migrants are trying to get over across the border into the United States before Trump takes office. I'm not sure it's going to help them in any way. On the line, as we said, Michelle Sands Rodriguez. Good morning.
Good morning.
So
Thanks for having me.
I'm guessing, though, that based on the interview given on Meet the Press, that Trump is not backing down by any means about saying we are going to look at the undocumented. We're going to find them and ship them back. And so that families aren't broken up, they'll ship back everybody. That I find a little tricky, though. Do you where do you stand on that? What do you think?
Well, it sounds like that's what they want to do, but it's a little bit harder than just making that happen.
I agree. Yeah.
Even in any year in the recent history, the most that any undocumented population that USCIS or ICE has ever deported is less than 500,000. I mean, we're talking a lot of money to make this happen, and a lot of law enforcement agency, which frankly they haven't had the money to do.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of ICE officers and a lot of law enforcement to make this happen, and the money's not there.
There's also a dirty little secret. Maybe it's not so dirty, but it's certainly a little secret that businesses and farmers, agriculture, they rely on many of these migrant workers who are working legally for them. In New York, the biggest problem we have, farmers have an enormous problem because the legislature here passed new laws where a worker can only work 40 hours a week or whatever it is. So these migrant workers are so desperate to work. They want to work in their effort to build a better life for their families. They're oftentimes working like 30 hours at one farm and going to another farm and working 25 hours. It's the only way the farmer can do it. Talk about, if you could, some of a big portion of these migrants who are needed by industry, whether it be agriculture or otherwise in the United States.
Absolutely. It would be an incredible hit to our labor force. Not just, we're talking agriculture, we're talking construction, we're talking hospitality, which would hit our big states, New York included, in all of those industries.
What about, though, people who are criminals who are coming into the United States? Obviously, that's something we can't have.
Absolutely. I mean, and none of us are for open borders, and we all want to get rid of the bad guys, and that's where the money should be focused. It should be on getting rid of human traffickers, getting rid of these cartel people, getting rid of the people who need to go. And the money should be focused on criminal aliens. And I think we all can agree on that.
Yeah. What do you think is going to happen? How do you think? How do you see this rolling out after January?
Well, I think initially, I think we will see a big impact. I think they'll do something big on day one to make sure that there's a show of force. And what I hope will happen is that they'll put more money into what needs to happen and reinforce ICE and the border and get us some more immigration judges and fix a dysfunctional system. And if we could get some more courts, we need about 1,000 immigration courts to fix these backlogs, more technology at the border to make the border more secure, again, which we all agree on.
Are you saying we need 1,000 more courts?
We do, in order to make this backlog work and make the immigration. If Congress isn't going to fix the system, then we need to make the system that we have functional. And the only way to do that is to put some money into it and to hire more agents to run the border, make the border more secure, and get rid of the people that need to be gone, which are the criminal aliens, the human traffickers, and the people that make this country bad.
Yeah. One of the things that, we people don't think about this. Even we don't think about this. We are a border state in New York. And the northern border is really not focused on at all. It's probably one of the easiest ways to get into the country, to go through Canada. And then at the northern tip of New York State, it's something that farmers up there and people who live up there say happens all the time. We're paying no attention to it.
Yep. I think people forget about that a lot. All the focus has been on the southern border, but you guys get hit just as hard. And again, it needs to be focused on technology and securing all our borders to make sure that we keep the bad guys out.
Yeah. All right, very interesting. Listen, buckle up, because we're going to be seeing a lot of activity between now and springtime.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be very interesting, and I hope we find a way to fix it and make it work the way it's supposed to, so that we can keep the families that are supposed to stay together and work on, keeping criminals out of this country, which is, I think, what we all can agree on for sure.
Yes. Michelle, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Have a great holiday.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. I read something the other day, I got to tell you, and it was on the Neighborhood app.
No, that's always entertaining.
It is entertaining, right? I never had really paid any attention to it.
Yeah.
But I joined a while back, and I get the messages. But there was a woman on there, she did it. She put a meme on that said, "Will you all stop just assuming I celebrate the same holiday you celebrate?"
Really?
People come up to me and say, "Happy Thanksgiving." That infuriates me. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. And can you imagine the responses that followed? It was, and you know what? The reality is, suck it up. Give me a freaking break. So you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and somebody just assumes you go to the convenience store and they thank you for paying for your gas, and they say on your way out, "Happy Thanksgiving." And that infuriates you? Man, a lot must really bother you.
Can you imagine? Oh,
and
boy.
it turns out this person doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. I was thinking maybe they're Jehovah's Witness or something, because I don't think they celebrate
any holiday,
any of those holidays. But no, she is upset over the treatment of
Native
the
American.
pilgrims in Columbus to Native Americans, when in reality, I was watching the Macy's parade, and there were several Native American groups that were in the parade,
and had the first meal together.
And one of them was the United Nations at one point. Nonetheless, people were like, "Go back to your own country," or whatever. I just heard a lot of that. But the reality, I piped in a little bit and just said, "Listen, your argument is ridiculous."
Mm-hmm.
Because just smile, and if you don't want to say Happy Thanksgiving, you don't have to. Just smile and say thank you.
Correct.
And walk out. It's not hurting you one bit. And I said, you want a real issue? It's like when you walk up to a woman and say, "Oh my God, when is the baby due?" And you find out she's not pregnant. Now there's a greeting.
When's the last time you've done that?
I've done it. It does not go well.
No.
I'm just telling you. Anyway, the Neighborhood app, if you get on it, it is quite, as Andrew said, quite entertaining. We'll wrap up this Monday morning. Coming right up, Davey has been very down.
Yeah, we gotta bring him
And I'm
up.
going to explain what's going on. We just learned, and we're going to talk with him about this. Coming right up here. Hold tight at WIBX.
Do you know a youth club, sports team, or charity looking for money?
They could score big with Destination Kia of Utica's Cookie Challenge.
Here's how it works.
Upload a 5-second video saying our tagline to DestinationKiaofUtica.com.
The videos go on our website for the community to vote.
The top vote getters share in $20,000.
With first place getting $10,000.
So what are you waiting for? Find all the info at DestinationKiaofUtica.com.
During Kia's Season of New Traditions sales event.
Giving back to our community.
It's what makes Destination Kia of Utica a special place.
So go cookie for Kia at Destination Kia of Utica. Puppies and babies not included.
See all the rules at DestinationKiaofUtica.com. No purchase necessary. No prizes. These are charity donations and sponsorships only.
Black Friday is on at Mattress Express. Take 5 years to pay with no money down for qualified buyers. Save up to $1,000 on select Purple sets, $500 on Tempur-Pedic, $400 on Sealy, and $1,350 on Puffy. Shop nowhere else.
Could you come up with $10,000 right now if you had to? That's the average price of a funeral in America, an expense you're expected to cover after the sudden death of your spouse.
Luminary Life is here to help. Luminary Life provides affordable final expense insurance for adults over 50. For as little as $1 a day, Luminary Life will provide you with up to $50,000 for the funeral and related expenses. Just call Luminary Life at 1-844-621-6888 to start your coverage over the phone today. Get peace of mind knowing your loved ones will be taken care of with Luminary Life. No medical exams required. Rates will never increase. Benefits and coverage are guaranteed. True peace of mind for you and those you love at a time when it's needed most from Luminary Life. Just call Luminary Life at 1-844-621-6888 today and get a policy worth up to $50,000 for as little as $1 a day. 1-844-621-6888. That's 1-844-621-6888.
The holidays are here, and so are the biggest savings of the year at Steve Pawnee Chevrolet in Herkimer during their Red Tag year-end blowout. Save on a 2024 Silverado RST V8 4x4 dealer demo. Get $10,000 off, or lease a 2024 Silverado Crew Cab LT 4x4 for just $469 a month. Prefer something sporty? Lease a 2025 Trailblazer LS all-wheel drive for only $359 a month. Visit SteepPawneeChevy.com or stop by and see why it's always easy to do business at Steve Pawnee Chevrolet. The Steve Pawnee family wishes you and your family a joyful holiday season. Together, let's drive. Customers must qualify with top-tier credit through GM Financial. Lease terms of 3 years, 10,000 miles per year. Mileage penalty of 25 cents per mile over 30,000 miles. Lessee must have a current Chevy lease in the household. Silverado demo stock number 24615. Silverado lease stock number 24447. Trailblazer stock number 25217. All taxes, fees, $1,000 down on first payment due at delivery. Must take delivery by December 31st. See salesperson for details.
WIBX. This is Keeler. WIBX 950 and 92.3 FM. Now back to the Keeler Show.
And portions of the program brought to you by Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Try their matcha green tea latte. So good. Soup of the day, every day. A different soup every day at Daylight Donuts. Try their chicken salad on croissant or bagel. Avocado toast on Heidelberg bread. And order the snowflake rolls for your upcoming Christmas dinner. It's Daylight Donuts with the best coffee and a speedy drive-thru. Daylight Donuts in New Hartford. Davy. I know that you've been down.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
It's nothing personal that's affecting me down. I just
It's not me. Am I doing something?
No, it's not you. It's not Andrew.
It's probably Andrew.
No. It's just one of them days that you just didn't want to get out of bed and come to work today.
Mm-hmm. You want to go back to bed? Are you going to go back to bed today?
I try not to nap.
Yeah. The key to naps is don't go over like 30 minutes. Once you get over,
thing is, how do you time that? It takes you a while to fall asleep. And then,
not me.
And then
boom, I put my head down.
So what do you just alarm it? You set your alarm for 30
minutes?
Set
an alarm for 30 minutes. Put my head down on the pillow, and I am gone. Sometimes I'll put my hands on the steering wheel. Gone. Just out.
Self-driving vehicles really takes over.
I can sleep anywhere.
Yeah, I'm just down today. It's nothing. It's
okay.
Nothing a matter with me, or just one of them days.
Okay, one of them there days.
One of them there days.
Mom always told me there'd be days like this.
There'd be days like this, my mama said.
An entitled mother's plan to shame a woman. This really burns me up. There are two areas this burns me up. Number one, in this case, where the woman is trying to shame the other person, the other adult, into giving up their seat on an airplane because the woman came on the plane and didn't buy a specific seat for her baby. Cheapo.
Cheap.
The other is when I win a $70 50-50 raffle at a Little League game. People shame you into giving it back.
Give it back.
That's why whenever we won, I'd always send my daughter up to collect the money. In this case, the woman, they were asking her to give up her seat for the son who was throwing a fit. She should have bought a ticket for the kid. But when she refused, the woman whipped out her camera and started taking a video. The airline kicked her off the plane.
Bye-bye.
Don't do that crap. The days of being polite, I think we're done with. Listen, I'm going to be polite and say have a wonderful day. We have news coming up next. We're back tomorrow.
Why wait for January to start your health journey? The time to take action is now. Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Fit Body Bootcamp. Whether you're looking to get stronger, feel better, or just start living your best life, me and my team of coaches are here to help. Right now, you can jumpstart your fitness goals by joining our Fit for the Holidays 28-day promotion for only $57. Or come on in and join us for 3 free sessions. Don't wait for the new year. Start your health journey now. Just give us a call and live your best life at Fit Body Bootcamp, located in Whitesboro and Clinton.
We all like convenience, right? ATMs, takeout food, drive-through pharmacies. Now, Bremer's is making it just as convenient to enjoy your favorite wines and spirits with Bremer's to go. It's simple. Place your order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 on your first order with our mobile app. Order during store hours for pickup within an hour. Hey, you can even call us when you get to the store and we'll bring your order right out and load it in the car for you. Now that's convenience. Maybe you're planning a party. Maybe you want to stock up on your favorite wines, or you just want to save time when you're out and about. Whatever the reason, at Bremer's, we're all about incredible customer service. So when you're on the go, we are too. Order at bremerswineandliquor.com or save $5 with our mobile app. Order during store hours for pickup within an hour. It's Bremer's to go, available 7 days a week from Bremer's Wine and Liquor on Commercial Drive in New Hartford.
Winter has arrived in Herkimer County, New York's tallest county, with a taste of snow in the southern county.